ever, nigga. In any circumstance, nigga, whether it's
You always
professionalism
talking. You always talk.
or
You
not.
always talking
Feel
and
me?
shit. So
Fuck out of here.
Yo,
What's good? What's good?
it's your boy Talkin.
It's your boy Akeem Magic.
Back in tune with another session of the
Episode.
Always Talking Shit Show.
My bad. I'm gonna fuck you up. You're gonna get real when I see you. Podcast. What's good? Yeah, man. Let's talk about that real quick because that kind of they don't have to personalize it. I'm just saying that art is subjective. Always. Even when you're creating it, I think it's better for creators to understand that. If you any form of art, anything that you do for public consumption is once you let it into the universe, you have no control on how it's perceived,
Right.
on what
But it ain't
people will say about it.
It ain't if it was up for us to perceive, nigga, we would go platinum off our own ideas, nigga. Just off sound in our head.
Exactly. But if you talk to many artists, their favorite piece of art isn't their most successful. And I've just heard too many artists from all realms say that. You know, hey, Kobe, what's your favorite performance, favorite game of all time? A lot of fans is going to say when he went for 82. He might be like, man, that time I went for 30 in Boston with a torn finger or a broken hand.
When I shot them free throws with a torn Achilles.
Shit, I don't know. A motherfucker that beat me in state championship, nigga, was on the team in Orlando when I hit them niggas with a game winner. It'd be little shit. This nigga said something about my girl and I bust his ass before. It'd be games
Right.
you ain't got nothing to. You like, oh, that's your favorite game?
Right. It ain't.
You know
It
what I'm
ain't
saying?
not the
Like,
ones
that ain't my favorite
but
game.
yeah, because
That ain't your best game.
Right.
Jay-Z's favorite song of his, I guarantee you, I'll probably look at him and be like, that ain't your best song, bro.
That ain't it.
Kanye's favorite beat. Well, we'll listen to that shit and be like, yeah, that's your favorite beat that you've made?
I mean, he got albums that there's beats on it. We're like, yo.
Perfect example. My Beautiful Dark
Dog,
Fantasy.
there is a
Now, see how everybody light up about that?
There's a lot.
Kanye hates that album. Have you ever heard him talk about it?
Nah, that's
Kanye-
not even close to my favorite. That
I'm
album
just saying.
got some shit. It's
Yeah, that album's
cool,
dope, but everybody,
like,
a lot of Universal casual fan, a lot of Universal niggas that just fuck with Ye.
That's
yo,
the go. That's
he
a goated
snapped
album,
on that.
right?
He need to do more shit like that.
And he right, yeah. He like you said, he hated.
He
that
had already
fucking
grown artistically so far past that he felt like, bro, I don't even want to do this shit. This shit corny. You know what I'm saying? But that's what y'all like? All right, man, I'll do it just so y'all give me some slack when I come out with this other shit that y'all don't think is way weird.
And like he loves Donda. Donda is his shit, and I'm not a fan.
Donda's a fucking classic.
I'm not a.
That
It's
shit
got
hard.
some joints on it, but
That
I'm
shit is
not a
hard.
fan. Or no,
Donda is
not
hard.
Donda, not Donda. The church one, the one.
You talking about Jesus is King?
Yeah, that one. That's he probably thinks that's one of his. He probably loves that album. Thinks it's his best, one of his best bodies of
I
work.
don't know.
But I don't like it.
I never heard him rate it, so I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, I could see that. But shit, I know he got that opening track on there. It's fire.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's the one. That sample, nigga.
And I think he had to find his niche.
When he
you know what
did
I'm
that,
saying?
I was like, oh, bro, this. I was like, I could listen to the gospel album if it's all this beats, nigga. Like, let me vibe, and then I'll get into your lyrics. But
Now, everyone knows my take on gospel music. I'm a kid that grew up going to, my mom used to have me at mosque, and I grew up in church, but as a little kid, so I've seen dualities in religion. I don't want to keep beating the dead horse. I don't want to keep going into this bag, but I don't really respect might be too strong. I'm not a fan of gospel music.
that's all you gotta say. That's where I ended at. I'm not about to get in an argument with nobody.
Because I know the greatness of gospel music, right? But there's a place in gospel in music where gospel becomes kind of, hey, bro, you can't acknowledge. Now let me stop. I don't really fuck with gospel music like that. I think that I wish my favorite gospel artists, I would love to hear them write a song from their heart based on their experiences in the world and not in the confines of religion, and see how many people they're able to touch that way. My biggest gripe with religion is people that practice religion and preach religion don't really live religion. Like, What if a rap battle is happening for rap supremacy? We on some hip hop shit, right? Two greatest MCs, everybody got to see it. And what if no matter what they went up there and spit versus each other, it just was like, oh, it's all in the name of hip hop. There's no victor.
Mm-hmm.
I think gospel music, in my opinion, truly lacks vulnerability. A lot of people will argue with me, but they're talking about they show vulnerability under the guise of religion.
Right.
That means there's certain things you can't say, but you thought it.
Yeah, right.
See, we hold some of these rappers accountable for shit that they just thought.
Right.
Now, they didn't seen 3 people get killed. They didn't seen a motherfucking loved one get evicted. They didn't seen, they watching on the news, there's 3 public lynchings of black men. The same cop that's been harassing them since the 8th grade just pulled them over for nothing and made a comment about their new car and that they still ain't shit. They went to all that, and then they went in the studio, smoked the L, got loose with a little drink or something, kicking it with their friends where they feel safe and comfortable, and a beat came on that inspired their spirit, and they said something. Now, some artists, you famously go back and have to clean some shit up, but a lot of artists that's true to the art form would be like, that's what I said. I freestyled that verse. I don't know. I didn't mean to offend this community or this people, right? That's hip-hop. What we complain about music and the watering down of culture is like exactly to me where like religious music stands. It's undebatable. It has no critique.
Right.
And if you're doing that, then you're a legend and you're good because you've been doing it for 20 years and you sang well. How many great musicians don't get their flowers because they didn't rise to the top?
Bro, did you ever see that episode of South Park where they became a Christian rock band?
No, yeah, I got it.
Nigga, they were poked all types of holes in like gospel and Christian music and shit. He's like, nigga, you can pretty much make any type of song and put Jesus in there and you win. And
Lecrae
basically
can rap.
what they did.
Lecrae can rap.
Mm-hmm.
But after a while, I'm just like, no, bro, go rap.
Yeah, stop.
Go rap. Go rap and let the people judge your art that was touched by your higher power.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not going to tell me that a gospel rapper or a Christian rapper is more religious, more spiritual, I should say, than DMX.
I just don't get how.
Than DMX.
Here's what I don't get is how you guys get to do just cover songs and y'all motherfuckers make whole careers.
There's
out
certain
this
songs, and see, I know my history too well. Everybody knows, bro. There's certain songs you can't sing. If I die today, God forbid, don't sing those shits at my funeral, because I don't believe in singing hymns written by white people that was made for us to sing.
Right, to entertain them.
No, to make them feel better
about
what they're doing to
right.
us. And I won't go into that soliloquy. I'll just leave the song alone. But if people think about it, they know what the fuck I'm talking about. So it's just, that's my take on it. I grew up having to go to church as a youngster and like hear this song. I would hear them sing this song and they would call it a Negro spiritual. And I'd be like, man, my people didn't write that.
Not at all. And my people didn't enjoy singing that.
And now, like anytime black people were like, Black America, whatever, they'll try to sing, they'll get a black person to go and try to sing that song. To me, it's no different than the national anthem. I don't have to be, I'm extremely patriotic. That's why I don't respect the national anthem. The national anthem isn't a song it wasn't written by a patriot.
Not at all. You know what's funny? As far as like motherfuckers doing like gospel music and turning it into their own shit. I watched a video, bro. These like, I don't know what this. They did a video, Facebook video or some shit, and they was singing "We some head busters, we some head busters." I'm knocking nigga out in the name of the Lord, nigga. I was like, wow.
So this is my thing. This is my thing.
It's like, hey, it's original.
No, you said it.
But
it's not original. It's cover music.
Yeah.
Because there's a ceiling when you speak religion. There's certain things you can't say. Right? hey, a rapper that is confused about homosexuality,
Right.
that shit might come in a bar. You might hear, even in today's term, you might hear something about that. Whether you agree with that or not,
Right.
the conversation is there. I'm out in the world with it. Any rapper that rap, nigga, Jesus Walks to me is one of the most important. It reached more people than any other gospel song to come out since then.
And it wasn't a fucking cover song.
Because my knock against a lot of religions, and I'll only speak to the ones that I've grown around. You know, hey man, is it really something revolutionary if you're speaking to a group of people that already overly agree with you? That's all. Everybody agrees here. Everybody agrees here, and if you question anything, you know, you're negative. You're a bad person. Like it's looked upon as that way. You know, I've said it since I was a kid, man. Like, religion is like one of the most divisive things known to mankind.
Religion is just like those fucking organizations, bro. It's just another one of them.
Well, it stems from that.
Yeah. And the fucked up talking about organizations, that picture I sent you about the chick say this was our house wasn't official for the $6 million we spent on a BLM. I'm speaking fucking retarded. Let me speak English.
So the thing is
BLM chick's $6 million home she tried to say was for official business. She said it wasn't really for official business.
No, she said it. Yeah, she said it wasn't. They tried to make it sound like, because what these corporations do, not just BLM, what a lot of corporations do, like the Red Cross and things like that. They'll buy mansions and islands and write it off as like, oh, we're gonna have retreats there to teach people how to collect donations from the Red Cross. Like, they'll do shit like that. Black Lives Matter because of the people that own it. See, we're talking about the people that worked for it. Like the people, the money behind it. You thought that you was in that class. You thought you could do that.
Yep.
And they used you as black faces to come hijack the movement from young college and high school students that was in the streets chanting the words Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, see, people get it confused.
It's no different than an old white woman owning the LLC for the Crips.
That's what I mean. They always get it confused. Being a founder doesn't mean you own it.
Why in the fuck would an old white woman want to be the LLC for the Crips?
Because it's lucrative.
That's some gangster or pimp shit. So every gang member that out there that extorted anybody telling you got to check in to LA, like, are we checking in to her? And let me digress, because I got a lot of Crip homies and they don't play about that.
Right.
But I'm not joking. I'm just saying, like, shouldn't she be under some like smoke? Like, look, okay.
Wait, there's a white woman that owns.
Dog, do you not hear me when I come up here and talk, bro? This is my second time bringing this shit up. Yes, nigga. I'm glad it finally sunk in. Because niggas don't be reacting when I say that the way I be thinking they should. And
well, no, because the last time I heard you talking about, I just thought you was talking about the same old, like, they should conglomerize.
No,
I didn't know
see,
somebody
that's why I've been saying what I've been saying. Like, bro, if she going to get to own the LLC, why won't y'all let me manage you? Dog, this right there in Los Angeles. How is it that these motherfucking film directors are able to depict Crips and Bloods in movies and not pay a tax? They got the right idea. Because if a rapper from Virginia is too scary to move to Los Angeles and stand on his own with the friends and the people around him, he feels like he needs gang protection because he don't want to get extorted or get bullied or whatever the hell his issue is. Or maybe he's just fascinated with the way the Bloods move or the Crips move, right? So hold on. So he pays them to be down, to be able to say he from there. They got the right idea to extort him for trying to vulture their culture. The thing is, we don't do that to the outside vultures. We don't do that to, like, the others. So, like, if you take that mindset and expand it, why does Hollywood get to depict gang culture and not pay gangs?
Because
you think that the mob didn't get paid off these movies like Casino, Goodfellas, et cetera, et cetera?
What's his name? Luco Brasi was a real gangster, nigga. Then that's why, like, a part of the scene the motherfuckers really don't know about that movie,
right,
is a dude reciting his fucking lines in there, is really reciting his lines, and Scorsese decided we're gonna, or who made that? That was not Scorsese before his time.
No, I think it is Scorsese.
Yeah, it probably is. Decided to keep the shit in there. Like, that was a real not affiliated. That was a real made man. Like,
well, see, they glorify white gangsterism so much that we don't even call it gangsterism. We call it the mob.
the shit that's crazy
So,
too
like,
is we're
different.
we're one of the only cultures that the gangsterism doesn't come after the people, because American Me almost got the nigga killed, got a few people killed, and almost got the main character killed because they were telling the story of the head of the fucking real Mexican cartel. And nigga Danny Trejo had to step in
I know, I
and
get
keep
what you're
that
saying.
from killing
That's
that
a
nigga.
fact.
Like,
That's a fact. But that's what I'm saying is that, like,
but we let white people, not we, because we don't gang bang.
fuck you mean, nigga? I ain't no gang member.
FBA people who gangbang let a white woman own
This is the thing,
their shit.
and that's the thing. Is it a let if you don't even know that shit exists?
No, it's not. Okay, they weren't educated enough to know they could own it themselves.
So now the question is, nigga, what's going on now?
Right.
Because now I keep hearing, you hear the rumors about Nipsey and what could have led to his death, right? And if you hear the the streets talk, man, and you hear motherfucker, oh damn, why they rob him there? Oh, he refused to pay that tax. He ain't get down.
Right.
How is it?
She don't gotta pay a tax.
No, check this though. Check this. Is she not responsible? So look, the way this shit work, bro.
How does she not get a Rico? I see where you're going.
I'm just
with
saying,
this.
like, all I'm saying
right.
is, how the fuck do you
Let
get to
one of
own?
us, let me and you had trademark Crips because you always talking about it,
Bro,
and we was like, you know what?
bro,
Fuck
they
it. We're doing it today, nigga.
Yeah, remember, and I always said, I was like, if we went to try to trademark
tomorrow.
I said if we went to go trademark
Rico
the word,
tomorrow.
two things will happen. If we tried to go trademark the word Crip or Blood, Crips and Bloods will try to kill us, right? Or we're not going to be able to get it because some white person will already own the trademark.
Or there might be the third. We get it and we talk about giving it to, like, we only got it to give to them, like, and then Rico on all.
And then the
us,
feds
nigga.
about to Rico us, nigga. Like, what you doing with
shows
that?
a whole Rico.
What you doing with
we're
that?
We're the ATS Crips and all types of shit. Nigga.
Right, they gonna affiliate you. That's exactly what they gonna do.
Bloods, nigga.
Yeah, they gonna take a gang and be like, oh, yep.
We all
gosh
knew
damn
these
it.
motherfuckers.
So I'm just saying, like, we see how they laying up. They doing
damn.
alley oops for Ricos left and right.
The second
How does
that
someone
a black
own
person owned that,
like? And
it
then
would
we
be
got to
a
talk
Rico
about that
case,
as a
bro.
society. Like, are we okay with? Because look, the Hell's Angels, they shit is licensed. Like, you get sued. I forgot what rapper got sued because his likeness looked too much like their likeness, nigga, like their emblem. think it was Young Jeezy.
Are you sure it was a rapper and it wasn't the Son of Anarchy show?
No, it was a rapper.
Because
like,
I know
no,
one of the TV
sue,
shows
listen to me,
got
dog,
sued
they
too.
sue people all the time. That's $1 million hustle. Having a logo that millions
Nigga,
of
their
people,
house in Reno is ridiculous,
that
bro.
millions of
Just
people,
that hub.
that millions of people recognize. Somebody's gonna bite it or use it, and then here you come with the lawyer. Hey man, run it.
Yerp.
So all I'm saying is, how come? And that's not exclusive to non-criminals in America. Until you start talking about black criminals, alleged criminals, right? Because what happens if Young Thug go down? They're gonna try to take every dime that he got when it's known, when he has Grammys, when it's known, like nigga, he's made millions of dollars legitimately on his own. They're not gonna. The goal is for him to not be able to pass that money on to his children.
Oh, they've already froze it.
I'm saying, freezing it versus like taking
But you know what
it
Gunna
is two totally
did?
different things.
You know what Gunna did? Gunna signed everything over to kids and family
Yeah, that's
members,
fine.
nigga.
They'll come after that too, because we've seen them do it. It's a reason why there's no Frank Lucas dynasty, nigga. It's a reason why there's no Bumpy Johnson dynasty. These motherfuckers was damn near billionaires to the equivalent of billionaires and died broke.
Yeah, that's real.
Like, relative to what they earned. Because you can't get away with beating the criminal justice system in America as a black American man, win, and then do what we see white criminals do all the time. Like, nigga, the Madoff family ain't broke.
Not at all. That nigga shifted all that money around.
Dog, they play with the shifting shit because they not going after it because they decide the rules. Like, you know what I'm saying? And who to enforce them against. Like, they ain't trying to hear that, oh, Young Thug signed over some of his assets to his son. They're like, man, you and your son, man, fuck out of here. We taking all that. And who's going to stop him? You think Congress is going to pull in and do a hearing and mandate that these people come in and explain why for Young Thug, the leader of the head of a Rico, got his money. Hey, bro, I watched the TV show Growing Up Gotti and watched these little rich, spoiled ass
Right, what the
kids get to
fuck?
live like rich, spoiled ass kids
Off they gangster ass dad. Like,
But hey, peep this though. Those white gangsters and their kids ain't worse than white slave owners and their kids. So if you're not going after or belittling the millions of white people that are descendants of slave owners and got majority of their wealth off that cattle of human, it makes sense that nobody looks at Tim Allen and be like, oh, yeah, man, you know he got caught with 2.5 pounds of cocaine.
Almost did a life sentence.
And then snitched on his supplier and then, tool time. We looked at him and say tool time.
Tool time.
You get to have a TV date network.
Toy Story.
A network television show.
You got
all that
Toy
type
Story
of shit.
and all types of shit.
So I just be asking people, like, I'll be wondering that, like, damn, bro, like, I get it. I don't preach crime. I say, hey, man, best way to stay out of their shit is to not do anything.
Right.
We're talented, creative people, innovative people. We've always made a way. We can make it without these illegal traps that they have for us because we losing in the streets because they simply hold us to the letter of the law and not everyone else. Black kids don't get diversion court. I done seen white kids, nigga, in Reno, working in the system, get caught with 13 pounds of weed and get diversion drug court like they got just a usage problem.
For real.
So now they got to piss in a cup for 6 months and get house arrest and keep a job. And if they do that, by the time they're 18 or if they're over 18, in 5 years, they'll take it off their record. Mm-hmm. I done seen kids that went to school with these kids, grew up with these kids, get caught with 6 ounces of weed, and they try to hit them motherfuckers like they motherfucking Alpo.
Right. That shit's crazy.
They trying to stretch them 3 to 5, mandatory. Like, they coaching them up. Don't worry. It's 3 to 5. It's your first offense. You'll probably get out in 18 months and then could do the rest on house arrest and move on with your life. You know, I'm looking at the kid like, damn, Akeem, I fucked my life up. But I know you didn't. You got caught with 6 ounces of weed less than 600 miles away from fucking California. Mm-hmm. You didn't fuck your life up at all. You were being a kid.
Yep.
Right? And other kids that don't look like you, same age, same city, same zip code, same district attorney, aren't getting that. But the thing is, man, hey, outside of the Reno Sparks NAACP, who the fuck is going to say something about that?
Right.
Who's going to speak up for that? The city council? They don't give a fuck. Somebody got to go to these jails and fill these motherfuckers. Like, as long as it ain't our kids. Right? Because when your kid get caught with fucking an ounce of coke, he's a kid, boys will be boys, and he was being a knucklehead. Another kid, he's the head of a fucking cartel. Nigga, you got to put him in jail for 18 years. How many black people are getting out of jail after serving 30 years, and we find that, one, they should never even been in jail, but two, it was a victimless crime.
Yeah, nonviolent offense.
But you know how many people I know that are doing over 20 years without one body? That's why I was saying the other day, like, yo, shout out to him and his peoples. God bless everyone involved in this because I don't know who's right and wrong. And unfortunately, we got to take that pause. As FBA people, we understand that just because they say this dude is the head of a Rico and this dude is a drug kingpin, we know that ain't always true.
Ever.
I know niggas that got hit with and caught up in these conspiracy charges. And if you read the newspaper, you would think they should be millionaires. You think they living like Sosa. You motherfuckers stay with their girl and live at their mama's house, nigga, and got a part-time job. But then got caught in Rico cases and shit. Like, when I think about that YSL shit, I think about the niggas that's the barber. Mm-hmm. This is how our culture work. I got to bring you. Everybody know you my mans, so now you're a target where we live. I'm on tour. I don't got the money to put everybody out the hood. So all y'all niggas got to come with me and figure out a job. You a road manager, nigga. You wardrobe guy. Nigga, you going to go do the shopping and shit for them Airbnb. You book the Airbnbs. Everybody got a job. To the white world, oh, the rapper and his entourage, right? His gang, his mob of people. I get it. It's culturally different. Brad Pitt don't need that.
Right.
Tom Brady don't need that when he goes back to the Bay Area to visit his old high school because I guarantee you the city gives him a police escort. It's just different. Nobody asked Tom Brady what it was like growing up in the Bay Area. Marshawn Lynch can't eat a fucking potato chip without somebody, hey, man, how was it growing up in Oakland? Did you see murder? Did you see death? Did you think you were going to make it? our struggle has become Hollywood for the rest of the world. You got people that come over to America in drones, and they're really infatuated with black struggle. They don't know it. Mm-hmm. They think it's culture. They like, I like America. Like, it's like, oh, this and that. I think people admire what our culture produces. The pain that those black men were going through that created jazz.
Right.
You know? And then later created soul music and rock and roll, folk music that we used to dominate, country. Think about the elements of country. It's sad. It's melancholy. You really talking about struggle for most of the part of the time. Yeah, they used to call that jigaboo music. Monkey music, right? So it's just things like that, like the evolution that comes out of pain. Now, we've gotten to a place, dog, and I want to ask you about this. Because we kind of...
Can I tell you something real quick before we jump into that?
Go ahead.
I actually saw a racist become non-racist.
Happens every day.
My mom's husband.
Happens every day.
My mom's husband was racist as shit.
How many black people have you been around? That's what I'm talking about.
So he gets with her, and nigga, he used to say our music was like ooga booga music and shit. And nigga, it was times my dad almost beat him up. It was times me and Jones almost beat this nigga. It was times me and my brother was about to beat him up. But like over time, he's not even diehard Republican like he used to be, nigga.
Is he wealthy?
No.
Because the joke's on him.
Yeah, like it's not.
What did Dave Chappelle say?
Don't give a fuck about you.
Charles Barkley said it years before. He said his grandma was like, hey, seeing you on TV talking about vote for the governor as Republican. Baby, we not Republican, we Democrats. And he said he looked around and was like, Grandma, I'm rich now. What do we owe the Democrats?
No, damn.
What do we owe one racist party versus the other racist party? Now, that don't mean because black people understand that the Democratic Party ain't shit, that they're not the best option.
Right.
I don't care. I'd rather have an ain't shit Joe Biden than an ain't shit Donald Trump.
That's what I'm saying. Shit. It's just what shit's a little less stinky.
And which shit is gonna reach me?
Yeah.
The fastest. When you tell white supremacists that it just got a fresh kill, they killed a white girl, and you know why everybody? They killed a white girl. That ain't my problem. Oh, Kyle, he killed white people. Why are you mad? He killed black allies.
Mm-hmm.
He killed 2 white people that were out participating.
That's because
marching on the behalf of
all
black
they think
lives.
is we give a fuck about is race.
That's because that's what
they don't understand. That most of us look further than that.
Well,
so we know white people marching with us. That's an ally, nigga. That's not just a white person. So we riding for that, nigga. Because right now they're riding for somebody who got killed that with my skin color unjustly. Right. They riding for me right now.
That's my point.
So of course I'm riding for them. Fuck you mean they're not? They're white. I hate that shit.
Hey, but the thing is sometimes when it's the reason why you don't shit where you lay. They say because sometimes that shit can get missed. Hey, don't hang around with fools, right? Because a wise man said you can't tell who's who, right? When you arguing with a fool all day, y'all both look like fools.
Right.
Right? When you're arguing with somebody on the street corner and I'm just riding by, I'm telling my shorty in the car like, yo, you see them knuckleheads, man? Or I might just go the other way. I'm not taking time to see who's making a valid fucking point. Y'all out here yelling at each other. That can lead to a fist fight. That can lead to shootouts. That can lead to all type of shit.
Yep, and
if you're black in America, that can lead to police coming over here, and now all of a sudden I'm in y'all fight. Because you know how they do that.
Nigga, they did you. I remember they did you. I remember you telling me a story. Did you dirty? You helped a motherfucker that just got his whole ass whipped, bloody and all types of shit. And you ended up going to jail, right?
Helped the white guy. Let him use my phone. Gave him my towel.
Because, you know,
he's leaking blood. Help him out. Gave him my towel. Boom, boom, boom. Police come. They're mad at me because he left. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, like, he decided not to stay. And he was tripped out. White dude came to Vegas with his girl and some friends. And I guess he said the wrong things, dog, to some dudes. And he was saying that, like, dude, I was just playing. And I was like, yeah, bro, this ain't really the place to. You can't play with everybody because everybody's not where you're from and don't come take it. Like, I know you got a Hispanic friend
His people
in high
just
school.
left him.
Hey, no, I think they got separated in the melee.
Oh shit.
Cause dog, got his ass whooped all the way out the pool, out the. Dog, he was on. Rest in peace. He was on the street. Pac got killed on. Damn. We outside the we outside the MGM now, nigga, on the street. Nigga, it's Koval. Niggas is.
He got beat up all the way out.
Dog, when I say this boy got mixed, now I wasn't saving him.
Was it 1-on-1?
Nigga, hell no. This is what it was. And I felt bad for him.
Crazy.
I felt bad for him because I got a million friends like him. Because
right.
I moved to Washoe County as a young teenager and had to culturally adjust. And I got a lot of friends that make a little joke, a racist joke, to their Mexican friend, and it'd be cool. I know some white boys that get away with making racist jokes to their so-called black friends, and it's cool. Not me.
Fuck you would.
I'm not that person, but I ain't making racist jokes to nobody else either, right? So, but I've seen that happen. Where I come from, that ain't never happening. But I've seen that happen, right? So I always grew up like, man, hey, if a black dude is going to let his white friend make racist black jokes and they're both laughing hysterically, all I'm going to tell them is, hey, yo, bro, be easy with that shit and don't play like that around me, nigga. I don't know what he's doing.
Next time,
right?
I'm going to be liable to slap
I done had to turn up a couple times on some so-called friends because they done tried to try me. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, I don't give a fuck how fun this event is and how everything's going. Don't do that. We're not playing that. I'm not that kind, right? So he is there. It's pool party, bro. Topless at that. Everybody, we in there. He make a joke. He drinking with him or whatever, taking some shots. And I guess, because I seen them. But now I done cut through the casino on some local shit in the back way.
Wiggle, right.
I done wiggled out, nigga, because where I'm at, the condo is right on that corner. So I'm really going back to get some trees, to be honest. It ain't legal yet.
Yeah.
So we can't just blow it all up in there like we do now. So I'm like, oh, we right there. We can go have a little powwow. Come back. Oh, man, by the time I come back, I'm walking in, and I see a pack of hyenas, dog, just on. They beating the shit out of somebody. I'm like, yo, that's jacked up. Nigga, and I see him, and I'm like, oh, shit. By this time, the fight then turned like, it's like bar fight type shit. Like, it ain't even just him. It started with him getting his ass whooped. Now they done pulled him out. Like, he kind of just jacked up, but he recognized me. I see him like, bro, you all good? He's like, man, I just was joking, man. And I was like, who did this to you? He's like, those guys that I went over and took that shot with. He went from like them being cool with him, but I remember what he was talking about, bro. These niggas are like some real gangsters. But he was from like Oregon or some shit like that, and I think that he just thought that it was cool to make a racist Mexican joke at a pool party
in Vegas
with some real. These niggas are from like LA or some shit like that, bro. Like, and they just look like they that, bro. If you look up stereotypic Mexican gangster. Nigga in a book, that's them niggas over there, bro.
They whooped his.
And I remember they was cool with us. Everybody sharing bottles. This is before COVID, nigga. Everybody passing a bottle around. We kicking it.
I don't think I ever could do that again.
Right
in life,
topless, nigga. Everybody motherfuckers is we out,
right,
dog.
He got mixed.
He got mixed so bad. And the thing is, the whole time the cops was upset because they done radio back and forth and shit, and they looking for him because they got some of them hemmed up, but they can't do nothing without him. And then he started getting at me like I was a part of like getting him out of here. I was like, bro, honestly, how y'all even
put that together?
Yeah, how y'all even come up to me? Because I was standing on the corner like, damn, what happened? And I'm talking to him and shit, and he's just like, man, I'm just gonna get out of here, bro. Because you know what's funny? He said this to me, nigga, and this is funny because I had never fucked with one or nothing. Nigga, like he was like, I'm just gonna catch an Uber. I kid you not. I'm just catching an Uber. And he just dipped off. He walked over to the corner of the store. And I remember like, the fuck is that? I thought maybe it was like a taxi or something like that. I didn't even know what an Uber was, nigga. And he, boom, nigga, like he disappeared. They pulled up. And then so I was just like, some regular city shit like, nigga, I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know who told you he used my phone. Because I ain't like the way they was talking. I was like, bro, I ain't. And then he just went in. Now me and him back and forth. And that motherfucker went and dug up, nigga, some bullshit-ass traffic ticket warrant, nigga, out of fucking Tahoe, nigga, and got me. Oh, man, fuck 12 for them.
You should.
You know what
You could have
sucks,
got
bro?
off, nigga. And
I really-
you could have got off.
You don't think I'm in jail thinking that? Like, man, why let them take me to jail,
You
bro?
could have ran and shifted through everybody. Took clothes
Like, as
off.
a younger person, I definitely would have dipped. But I was just chilling because I really didn't know. I'm like, man, what? And so the thing is, they had me kind of low-key detained, and I'm like, dog, I ain't got nothing. I ain't did nothing. Like, whatever. I'm just, like, they was, oh, yeah, we found something.
We hit you with you got the right to remain silent.
I'm looking at them like, what?
What?
Hey, bro, the shit was funny, though, because, like, it's probably about 150 people out there at this point. Nigga, they got the booing these niggas, like, boo. Like, y'all taking him to jail? Like, but they was mad because they couldn't take those Mexican dudes to jail. Because now it's all hearsay. Hey, good luck going to get that camera, nigga, that video footage from the GSR. Like, bro, ain't nobody died. GSR ain't doing all that. I'm saying GSR. MGM ain't doing that shit, man. Like, man, somebody got their ass whooped at our party. So what? Y'all trying to close this down? They ain't even here no more.
Yeah, you definitely should have ski skirted through the crowd.
Yeah, bro, like.
You definitely would have got away.
I was naked, though, fam. Like, I literally was right on the corner across the street from where I was staying at.
Sift through the shit and you could have got to the cribbo.
So that's the thing. Where I was located, one day when the car, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you exactly where I was. You're going to be weak. Nigga, the way that street is, it's kind of jacked up, bro. It's kind of the same, man, it's jacked up. Like, it's a long-ass street, and everything is walled up. Like, there's one entrance to get back in there, and you still outside the motherfucking shit. You were like all the, like, tour buses is parked at and shit. None of us is supposed to be back there, bro.
Yeah.
It just spilled out that way. And so it's like, I ain't really have no place to shake. They had me isolated, and I'm sitting there arguing with them because I'm like, bro, I didn't do nothing. Like, how y'all trying to take me to jail? And what are you accusing me of? Like, messing with y'all investigation. Like, bro, I let them use my phone.
I'll never help.
I said that. I was like, all you did is make it, like, ain't nobody ever going to let somebody, now can't nobody use my phone. I don't give a fuck what's going on. Like, especially if y'all coming.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, whatever.
Motherfucking Patriot Act. Y'all be done found my address, came to the house, all types of shit.
Bro, it was a Friday night. It was a Friday early evening summer in Vegas. When I tell you, bro, it's the worst time to ever go to jail.
God.
So when I tell you, bro, I'm sitting in the paddy wagon. Niggas is looking at me. I'm sitting in the paddy wagon, bro. Actually, they paddy wagon is nicer than Reno's. Surprisingly. But I think it's because they use it so much. Nigga.
Right.
Like,
yeah, you see that motherfucker parked in the middle of the strip
I low-key was getting anxiety about getting in that shit.
all the time.
Because I was like, I'm thinking of Reno.
Shit got throw up in it.
Yeah, bro. I'm thinking like,
Seats
this
done
shit is
been
just.
pissed
Now,
in.
mind you, nigga, I was at a pool party. You know how I'm dressed.
Yeah, you
I'm not dressed to go to jail, fam. I got on short-ass polo swim trunks. You know, they don't make them long.
Mm-hmm.
I got on a fucking tank top and some slides with no socks. I don't never wear slides with no socks, bro.
Oh, you was in jail with the no socks.
I ain't even come with socks.
Damn.
I'm bad right now. Nigga, see, in America, everybody internationally that's going to hear this, that's respectfully, that's like being in a third world country jail to us. That's like the scariest shit ever. You know the nasty shit that happened in American jail floors?
Oh.
And it's going to come a time where they take your slides, like, and put them, like, check them. They don't even let us, see, in other cities, I heard they let you keep your shit on, like your shit. Your clothes and shit. They'll take your shoestrings and stuff like that.
Reno lets you do that. You can't keep your shoes, but
Nah, shit. No, not if you're getting booked. Not if you're going to housing.
Yeah, but you don't. When you go to housing, you get all that extra ugly. Oh, I see. Yeah, I've never experienced that. I wish.
So think about what I'm saying. Think about being back in the cell with your forces on, just no shoestrings.
That's it's like juvenile hall shit.
That's way more comfortable though.
Right.
Bro, even if you got to fight somebody, and I don't want to make this jealous out, but and we ain't jailbird dudes, but I'm just saying, if you get in jail, you got to rumble. You don't want to be in your sneakers.
I need my shoes, right? Like,
my biggest fear is having to fight somebody barefooted. But fam, I can't walk. If we go outside,
how these girls do it. We just be walking down.
If
the
we
strip
go
with their
outside,
high heels off.
if we go outside, you couldn't pay me $1 amount to walk further than 20 yards barefooted. And when I'm walking, when I say I'm the softest dude on the planet, that 20 yards when I'm walking barefooted, I shouldn't even be telling y'all this. This is why I got to start. Well, I'm going to shoot you. Stop playing. I'm not fighting no nigga barefooted, bro. That's my biggest fear. Is having to fight somebody with no shoes on at all. Like, we just chilling at the beach.
10K. You got to walk down the strip 100 yards, no shoes.
Everybody going to think I'm a sucker because I'm not paying. No. And he's going to be like, bro, you weird.
No,
Like,
I'm not.
like, bro,
My feet are not doing that, nigga.
I couldn't.
I go to Burning Man where you're supposed to be barefoot and shit.
Bro.
I wish the fuck I would be out there with no
You
shoes.
know how many beaches I've been to in my life with something on my feet? Or something on my feet, period. Something's on my feet. And people looking at me like, hey, I don't give a shit how y'all feel. My feet ain't built for this, nigga. Like, I am a in-house. I only be barefoot around in the house. And I don't even walk around the house barefooted. I'm going to put my foot in the slipper-ass dude. However, from the shower to the room, you know, shit like that. Like, I'll go get a drink out the kitchen with no socks on. But, fam.
I keep socks on.
I'll be kind of psychologically, I'll be tripping off this. I'll be like, man, I need to do something about that. Because I'm one of them people, like, if I got a fear or something, I feel like I got to master it.
It ain't a fear, nigga. I don't like being barefoot like that.
Well, it's a fear for me.
I never have.
It's a fear for me, bro. Somebody run up on me barefooted. I'm barefooted. Or run in my house and I ain't got no shoes on. They're liable. They're 10 times more likely to get shot instead of a fight.
I don't want to get kicked in the face by a barefoot.
I don't want to ever have to kick nobody barefoot. I don't know how to do that.
It's gonna be soft.
But I don't know if I'm supposed to kick from the top, like, you know, you see on the movies and in the fights and shit. I don't know. And I might forget and try to Timberland kick you, nigga. The first fight, come on, bro. I just ain't prepared. Yeah, bro. I'm not. Now I got a broke foot in the fight.
And I'm barefoot.
I'm barefooted still. So my good foot, nigga, already vulnerable, nigga. Come on, bro. I can't put no shoes on, real quick.
Hold on, bro. Let me get the shoes, bro. So I don't gotta shoot your ass right now.
Dog. They're like, why'd you shoot him? Hey, man.
I can't fight barefoot.
If it was an old man with a cane, why'd you shoot him? He went in the wrong house. Like, hey, man, he scared me. I ain't got no shoes on. And I ain't even going to get no defense points for that. They're going to think I'm an evil person.
Idiot.
But I really was in fear for my life because I ain't have no shoes on, bro. Like,
they gonna think you
I got no shoes,
idiot, nigga.
It's just crazy, man. But I wanted to correlate earlier what we was talking about with the no sympathy shit. I'm not saying your boy. I'm talking to them. Y'all's boy. I don't want to hear shit about, oh, man, the police ran down on ASAP. He shot somebody, allegedly.
Because the damn show just trying to run
think
down
they got
on
it
the
on
baby
camera.
again.
I think they got it on camera.
Got acquitted, or not even acquitted, but
The baby, yeah.
not even charged.
So, why, Akeem? Why you ain't, it's hip-hop, bro. He from New York, too. Like, why you ain't, he even from New York. Why you ain't ASAP? He with Rihanna. Like,
Because he be up in Soho and he don't be affected by the Black Lives shit that goes on.
Exactly. ASAP said, with his, he's from Barbados. Shout out to Barbados. But he said, as a Barbados American, I don't know if I said that right or not, but y'all knew what I was trying to do, that he don't experience racism. So, therefore, this has nothing to do with him being a black rapper or any rap conspiracy. ASAP got in trouble because ASAP committed a crime. He's no better than anybody else, so what's the fuss for?
Because he definitely ain't FBA.
What's the fuss for? He's
Exactly.
proudly not us, right?
Yeah.
Even though he grew up here his whole life. Everything he does that made him a millionaire is our culture. But whatever, I digress.
Reason you got the female you with right now and got her pregnant, nigga.
No, she's from Barbados.
No, I'm talking about it without the fame and all that shit of being with the American shit. I don't think you have her, nigga.
I don't know that. You never know what a woman does. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but have we seen Rihanna with a regular?
We haven't seen it. But do I think that a person that's not a celebrity is dating Rihanna?
Yeah, they could do it. Yeah, I'm not saying they can't.
They all got money.
But I'm saying it made it easier for him, nigga. Let's be real.
I think Rihanna.
Let's be real. You want to be with Rihanna, right?
Who?
I'm not talking to you personally. I'm just hypothetical. It's a hypothetical, right?
Yes, nigga,
right now, you would love to be with her, right? I'm not, nigga. You have not. I'm gonna pause this before I say this. I'm gonna pause before I say this.
Who wouldn't want to date Rihanna?
You talk well, got good mouthpiece. I'm not saying you could not knock Rihanna if you had a one-on-one.
You mean in a regular lifetime?
Yes.
Like, yeah, okay, yeah.
But
So,
her being famous and you being you, I'm not saying it's impossible.
what if
I'm
I
saying,
own the limo service that she used or something like that?
that's what I mean.
Yeah,
like, that's possible. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's not. But him being ASAP Rocky and not whatever his regular ass name is helped him a little bit.
It got him in the room.
Right.
It got him around her.
Easier.
But I think that, like, when they dated earlier, right? And then they stopped dating or whatever, she did her little Drake thing and shit, not to follow all up in her business, gossip talk. But it was public.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of to myself remember thinking one time, like, oh, she probably, like, I could see her liking ASAP.
Yeah.
Nigga's a swaggy dude. Nigga, girls like that nigga. He's a pretty nigga. Like, he geared up and shit. And like, he's always been fashion forward. And he's talented. So, like, and he's that cool guy, right? So I was like, oh, okay, I could see her liking him, like, personality-wise, and when you see them hang out and shit.
You the same type of nigga, though. So if ATS pops off, we Joe Budden big and shit, you just as fly, nigga, it gives you a easier road to talk to her. Nigga.
But I think that's the thing with all celebrity women.
It is. We're just talking about
Which
Rihanna
is crazy,
right now.
because if we switching it up, let's go, okay, so peep this. This is what's always been ill about celebrity women, especially in our culture, versus celebrity men. Nigga, you know how many multi-millionaires walk into a fucking Arby's or a Starbucks
And
or the strip club or fucking the car wash, meet a girl, like her, and make her a million. Nigga, hey, Vanessa Bryant, nigga.
Yep.
Kobe went to go see his friend, nigga's video shoot. Yo, this girl right here is pretty, man. Oh my God, she's gorgeous. Vanessa's engaged to be married at the time. Kobe pulled a snatch. Now, nigga, because Kobe was on the outs with his family, she just inherited $1 billion with his death. Look at that transformation of wealth. You know what I'm saying? Like, take race and all that shit out of it.
And she turned out to be a good ass woman.
It's just different, you know.
A loyal ass woman.
Yeah, that's what we. That's what we see.
What we
like,
seen.
And I don't want to say that like I know something. Nigga, like no, I mean shit. Yeah, from the start, from everything I see, she seemed cool. Like
loyal.
She came back to code.
Stood by this nigga through this little scandal and shit.
She got 180 million.
It's still standing by him if you come back. And if you're still sitting in him with interviews and they still was interviewing together and shit, that's still standing by this family in this legacy, bro. Like, regardless of what,
I'm not even.
This is a legacy.
I'm not taking it to that. Like, I'm just saying.
This is a legacy, nigga.
My point is, imagine Dialect going quadruple platinum, 17 straight years. He's on the outs with you, moms, right?
Right.
And then, God forbid, something happens to him. You
don't
really have a relationship with his wife.
Yeah.
You don't really. Do you have a relationship with the children?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have you. The wife didn't have you speak at his funeral.
Right.
Michael Jordan got to speak at this boy's funeral.
Yeah, that speaks volumes.
Not his daddy.
Shaq got to speak at his funeral.
So I'm just saying, like, I don't know if the family declined or whatever. I'm not putting that on Vanessa. I'm just saying from the optics of it and from the rumors and the reports of them being on the outs, you just hope that they still have a connection to the wealth that they helped build.
Right.
Like, I love Vanessa for what she did for Kobe, but Kobe didn't help him. She didn't. What my nigga Drake said,
wasn't in the gym.
You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Had to give 150 M's. That's a lot of money, bro. Like, now, yeah, y'all got kids together. Y'all got history. You was with her since she was right out of high school. You got her back. You know what I mean? And that's all that matters is when they ended, they had a new baby. All that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy how fickle wealth can change hands in this country.
Hey, I know this pair of Kobe Giannas coming out. You better get you a pair and hold on to them.
Bro, them shits is going to be so hard to get.
I know. I'm about to be in line trying to get 2, 3.
I'm going to be honest with you, though. This brings us to the next topic. Oh, this boy is the motherfucking Segway king right now. It's actually a little later on, but nigga, we'll take it to the top. Take it to the top.
StockX.
Nike versus StockX. What you think about it, bro?
My nigga, I
What you
went
think
to a
about it, man?
consignment store, nigga,
What you think
with
about
the
it, man?
homeboy, nigga, who bought a motherfucking Bape hoodie off StockX, nigga. Had the receipts, everything to it. The paper receipt and the receipt to when he bought it from the website. Nigga,
What happened?
it was fake.
Exactly.
None of the tags matched. Tags was backwards. All types
Now
of
peep
shit.
this though. So Nike's gripe is, and I want to see where the people stand, where you stand at or whatever. Let us know in the comment section. Hit us up on our socials. Nike, when I was a kid, I was about 15 years old, 16, working at Foot Locker. They made us come in the store in the mall at 5 in the morning.
No, fucking
Right.
Jordan release.
No, it wasn't just a Jordan release. That was typical for Jordan releases then, right?
Mm.
It was a Nike spokesperson that came to give us a seminar in a master class on basically where they were taking the brand. So they were saying, like, all those Air Max 95s and Air Force Ones that y'all take for granted, that you just know, I can rock these and, oh, I got to go to the mall and give me a fresh pair of Coke Whites.
Worth it.
What they're saying is, no, we're going to treat all of our products that y'all like, not just the Jordans. We're going to treat y'all, anything that y'all black urban kids wear a lot, Nike's about to start limiting the amount that they produce to drive the exclusivity up, to justify the prices going up. They're trying to get into high fashion, right? They did that. All of a sudden, if a kid wanted a pair of Jordans, you just go to the store and get some fucking Jordans.
Mm-hmm.
You had your $100-something, you buy them. Then all of a sudden, you had to like wait in line.
It was raffle,
and it's kind of like a fake sense of like
eliteness.
And yeah, that and a fake sense of like outrage, but in a positive way. I'm at a loss for words.
Right.
Like a fake sense of hysteria. You're gonna drive up hysteria by all these people that have been now accustomed to buying these shoes since the late '80s, right? They now, I'm about to go get the new Jordans. But then you get there and realize, what do you mean they're sold out? Why would Jordan sell out?
Right.
Hey, what the now fast forward 10, 15 years. What you mean y'all out of Coke Whites?
Yeah, nigga, you can't find a pair of
What do you
Coke
mean you
White
can't get Air Force One?
Nowhere. Oh, nigga, can I show you something crazy on StockX? Hey, StockX, y'all need to somebody need to slap the shit out y'all.
Why are you pulling that up? Let me get here real quick. I'll try to be quick. Nike's position is, right, this is our brand. I know.
Are you out your fucking mind?
No, that's not. But see, this is why. Let me explain it. Nike's position is, we making a shoe. We want it to be more exclusive. We want to charge these kids more that made the shit popular, because other kids now are wearing it, and we're gonna charge them to dress like the cool kids, right? So we're gonna make them less if you get them. Get in line if you get to win the raffle. They went from doing the line shit to the raffles, because now you don't got to deal with the visible look of the disappointed fan. So like, think about it.
I had to wait
Hold on.
10 years to get a pair of these, nigga, at a normal price because they re-release, nigga. The original of these, still $600 to $800, nigga. Was $180 when they came out. Sold out the day he decided he was going to fucking, what you call it.
All right, we're about to get there about the resale. Nike's position is that they tried to create that market for themselves. They spent billions of dollars doing it. Factories shut down. They shut down Foot Action, and you know what I'm saying. So like, Nike's made their position. They drew their line in the sand. What they didn't anticipate is by doing that, you created another market called the resale market. Yep. StockX is getting the bad rap for it because they're the biggest of it, right? Now, so StockX comes through, and their argument is, hey, Bathing Ape, Nike, right? If we got the factories, if the factories here in China are slotted to make 2 million Air Force Ones, and we have them make, or not we as in StockX, but that factory says, okay, we got the green light to do 2 million pair of Jordans.
We're gonna do 6.
Nah, we're gonna do 2.5. Now you got 500,000 pair of Jordans that's coming out. That's just like the new Jordans, and they gonna hit certain spots because that game has even gotten exclusive. But nigga, what makes these Jordans not real is the fact that Nike don't acknowledge them. Not because any markings or anything, because they came off the same motherfucker that made the ones that go on the Nike box that went to Nike, made the other 500,000 with the same material, the same way. They were on the same conveyor belt.
Go to the knock, quote unquote knockoff.
It's not like they went to a different factory with the blueprints and was like, we gonna make it with the materials we got here. No, nigga, those are the same Jordans. So there's motherfuckers walking around and be like, I got these on StockX, nigga, I paid $1,200 for these. But nigga, they're the same Jordans that the kid, nigga, that's at the barbershop that got some, nigga, is wearing. And like, it used to didn't be that. You used to be able to look at fake Jordans and fake Air Force Ones and could tell the difference. Like, oh. But now the fakes have become real ones that Nike ain't sanctioned.
It's because they had to, bruh. For the simple fact of, it's like, you know, with how limited we know shoe runs are.
That's how you get you. What you just showed me, the 1,500 Air
Right.
Force Ones all black.
Right.
Nigga, what?
Size 5 for a kid.
What? Dog, my mom went and got me. She was in Detroit visiting my uncle. She was like, you want some Nikes? They got the Nikes you like? Ooh. She came back with like 3 or 4 pair, dog. Like back when the shiny suits, nigga, take that, all that with the white, with the blue, with the yellow check, all them different colors. Man, come on, bro. My mom came with them shits, nigga, tied up by the shoestring. They was in a bin for like $20, $30, $29.99 type shit. She just grabbed me one of each color, nigga, and brought them home. And I'm talking about just then. I'm in Reno rocking them shits. And I'm looking at the price. I'm looking at the price in the mall then, and I'm like, damn, they want $79.99 for these Air Force Ones. That's crazy. Are these Uptowns?
Uptowns.
We were calling them. I was calling them Uptowns then. Nigga, I had my friend, dear friend, niggas was teasing me for wearing Uptowns. Nigga, they was like, bro, why you wearing them banana boat Nikes? Like, you crazy. You wear some Jordans one day and then wear those the next. Like, nigga, woo, woo. They was making fun of them shoes.
And then Nelly came out.
Nelly's hot. Nelly drops the Air Force Ones. It hits every suburban store and kids. And now, dog, if you look at one of the top shoes that just suburban Starbucks drinking white girls wear, when they jump out and they running their errands, they got on some dirty ass, tied up all the
festivals,
way tight.
nigga.
Air Force Ones,
festivals,
nigga.
Fishnets with
bro, with the forces on it, nigga. Like now, corny kids.
Can I say something
now, corny kids wear Jordans and Air Force Ones
too. If y'all gonna wear Air Force Ones, stop fucking wearing dirty ass Air Force Ones.
They ain't from that culture. God. Those are no different than Nike. Those are just Nike sneakers to them.
Right, bro.
They have no cultural significance.
Y'all take Uptowns.
No allegiance.
Y'all take Uptowns to the sewer, nigga.
Bro, killed them. Killed them like it was nothing. And that's what this is all about. Nike is like, nah, we trying to uphold a certain. That's why they roll with Kaepernick, nigga. They know who the fuck pays the bills at Nike. They know who makes their brand hot. They know what community inspires all the other communities to wear those clothes and those shoes, right? So it's culture vulturism in this shit, but at the highest level. StockX, I'm kind of on both sides. I feel Nike, but I'm like, Nike, this is why Kanye left. This is what Kanye was trying to tell y'all. Hey, I got these Yeezy sneakers and everybody wants them. Why not sell them to everybody? It's fear that what it would do for me. You don't want me to be Chuck Taylor. God forbid this black kid from South Side of Chicago that used to rap, right, and make beats. He can't beat Chuck Taylor, but he designed a new Chuck Taylor. You designed a sneaker that in the sneaker mecca of the world, where everybody got a new type of sneaker, you can go any day of your life and see a nigga with a new sneaker from a brand that you love that you ain't never seen before. That's where we are today. Coming from when Mike was getting fined for having 3 colors in his shoe. There was only 3 brands that service basketball at the time. Like, come on, bro. The evolution is crazy in a short time, but they still trying to pigeonhole the very people that sparked the evolution. And so now, because of that, because you want to, like, keep the creators out, StockX is a culture vulture because you've seen the little black kids, especially on the East Coast, that created this culture of remixing sneakers. You seen that and was just like, oh, we're going to get in on it and we're going to create a website. You did your American thing. You monetized and corporatized it. And because you're not from the culture, don't look like the culture, you got in rooms that we would never get in. You got deals with Nike and Jordan, different brands that we would never get. But then you cultured on them and was like, yo, I'm going to corner this in-between market. They silly. They opened up a spot for a middleman. And there was no need for a middleman. We want Nike to produce Air Jordans and Air Forces and Dunks, the shit that we like, the Air Force 90, the Air Max 95s, and get the fuck out the way. If you gonna produce, you already looked at the way we was freaking the colors of the sneaker and was, oh, well, we need to start making them in different colors. That's cool because that don't stop us from freaking them.
Right, we'll still do it.
But if I can go buy some now and later Forces, I'll buy them. I don't have to freak them. But I can go buy some Coke Whites and make them whatever the fuck I want to. They corner that market. Now they gonna buy the shoe. You freak some Adidas. Sell them to somebody. And it's just like anything else in capitalism. We can't say that those motherfucking prices, that price is too high for those Air Forces. Because somebody is gonna say, I need some Black Forces. Or my daughter needs some Black Forces. And they got the chips. And they're buying into this culture. They rich. They from Bolivia. We in America now. This is what it is. Like, this is how they're in the clothes and fashion. My kid go to school here. They'll just go pay for it. They don't feel like they're getting slapped in the face. They don't feel like they're getting exploited. They don't feel like nigga, what do you mean? That's how much they cost. It's expensive here. But motherfuckers that made that a thing is like, yo.
Exploiting the fuck out of what
we was rocking those because they were the cheap ones.
Right.
Because y'all outpriced us on the Jordans. It was a time, nigga, black kids was wearing Jordans. Only black kids and inner city kids. Mm-hmm. And basketball players. And now that's a thing. Now that we don't own it. Right? Like, cool. But kids that used to slight nigga in high school, like, oh, what do you know? You spent all the money on your Jordans. Or, you know, they're talking to you with that tongue. Now wear Jordans. Think about how many Republicans that nigga like on the fringe of black culture that still wear Jordans and buy LeBrons and Currys and shit like that for their kids.
Because every pair of Jordans that come out.
Well, part of that is
all
because
Yeezys, all that
on
shit.
one level they're selling the person, the spokesperson, the endorsee, and then on the other level, nigga, it's like, oh, that's Nike, that's Under Armour. I got stock in them. Yeah, you can get those, son. They don't give a fuck who Steph Curry is and what he's about. As long as he don't say or do nothing that offends them, then buy it, whatever.
Dog, the sneaker market is fucked up, period.
They took, though, that's some of the most biggest culture vulture shit. We always talk about the music aspect of hip-hop, but, dog, the fashion.
They culture vultured it and then turned it
fashion,
and then called it hype beast.
Dog, I know. They'll take fucking brands that, dog, we know what the story is, but I'm just like, now you taking shit like Champion, nigga, and selling it,
They're
nigga.
They're trying to bring back Russell.
Bruh. Well, and the thing is, depending on where you been, nigga, the shit ain't never left. That's what's so cold about this shit. Champion never has not been champion on the East Coast. Niggas in New York have always wore Champion, Nautica, and Polo sweats. Those are them right there.
And now Polo sweat fits is like $300, nigga.
Just a blue, just a gray, just that burgundy, that green.
The plain.
That niggas used to all rock, nigga, all through the winter time. Had a polo, like, yeah, they took that from us, bro. Look how y'all like Timberlands. Look how they kept skyrocketing the price of Timbs.
$225 for a pair of
Come
Timbs,
on, bro, you
nigga.
getting out the door, you lucky $300. These are things that the poor kids wore, nigga. Right. We expected Tommy and all that shit to be a little more expensive because we knew we was going into a polo world, into a golf world that we wasn't really welcomed in. But since y'all giving us dress codes to hang out, we got to have a collar shirt. We like this shit because it match our Nikes. It match this,
because niggas couldn't rock V-neck sweaters like us, nigga.
So, like, we out.
Nigga.
Come on, bro.
V-neck with the T under, nigga.
Come on, fam.
Come on, niggas can fuck with us.
We clean, nigga. So now we doing that. So now when you look at these things, bro, when I worked at Macy's in the suit department and I was selling all these fucking suits to these women for their husbands, putting dope-ass suit combinations together. Bro, one of them told me, she's like, oh, my God, when my husband comes in here, you must not ever tell him. because he was like the CEO of some big dog. And he came one day and just gave me $100. I didn't know who he was. Nothing. I'm at work. This nigga just walked up to me and was like, "Thank you for everything, man. You're good at what you do." So I'm like, "Bro, what?" My manager was next to me and was like, "See, I told you." Because I was trying to get out of the suit department. He's like, "Nah, man, you're good in here. You be selling suits." And I was like, "Nah, man, I want to." Because there ain't no girls in the suit department. I'm at Macy's, bro. I get in the mall trying to be around some females, bro. Put me in the cologne department, nigga. Stop hating, right? Like, stop hating. And I was in linens and then worked my way to motherfucking suits. Like, damn, I still ain't around no girls. Suits all the way by the door. Niggas. Like, man, come on, bro. But I grew up around black men wearing suits, nigga. I know how to put a suit together. I didn't really know that about myself, but I'm just, nigga, I don't own these suits. I'm just playing dress up, pause. Like, I'm just like, hey, well, nigga, this shit look hard. So this lady I'm selling all these suits to, I put it together. She tells me, she's like, "Did my husband come give you a tip?" And I was like, "Oh, that was who it was." So, nigga, he dressed his doll. One of his people, nigga, made a comment about it. He was insecure about it. Then he looked around the room like, "Oh, yeah, some of you motherfuckers that's younger, they do got nicer suits and shit." I think this is around the time when, like, niggas start getting out of those Steve Harvey suits, nigga, and getting into, like, the tailored, nigga. More cut, nigga, like, to your body, slim cut. Mm-hmm. So he was like, fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he, go get me some new suits. So he was bought just one. She bought him, like, one. And I think one in a blazer. And I said, "Man, throw this shirt in there and see if he like." And she was like, "I don't think he's going to like that." And I was like, "Yeah, but that's kind of why he got you out here, because sounds like you ain't the conservative one, he is." And so I was just being honest. It hit like a charm. And like, he loved it. So, yeah, so she went, got him all the color shirts that I got, like every color. And this Sean John shit. So it's all the pastels, nigga. But he got
$120 shirts.
But he got the money ain't not tripping. They ain't spent thousands of dollars on suits in here, right? But he liked the way they fit. He liked the material. Every day he would come home bragging about these suits, like, "Oh my God, man, this is the best suit ever." Like, and this is the thing. She didn't want to tell me like that, but one day she was like, "Yo, Sean John's black." I didn't know Sean John was P. Diddy. No, she said Puff Daddy then, right? I was like, "Yeah, that's his suit line." I was like, "You said you wanted something young, hip, and kind of festive." I was like, and it's either him or Ralph Lauren, but Ralph Lauren tends to, do some of the same shit at the time. Like, they wasn't, like, at the time, you wasn't gonna get a soft purple Ralph Lauren suit shirt. You might get one, nigga, like a polo. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't gonna get the one that you could throw on with a tie and a shirt.
Right. You won't get the one that you wear by itself.
Right. Yeah. And so, like, it's a difference in those shirts. Mm-hmm. The material's different, all that. And businessmen know that. Mm-hmm. So I was like, that's what I got. And so I'm kind of confused, like, were you mad or something? And she wasn't mad, but she was tripping like, "Oh, shit." And then she said, "If he comes in here, I know you can't take that down, but please," because they had put a new sign up, and this sign just happened to have Puff Daddy on it. Yeah, all the other ones just had the models in the suits. This one actually had Puff Daddy on it, nigga, like, Puff Daddy presents, niggas. You know what I mean? And dog, like, he basically eventually found out, but was so overjoyed, and like, he told me, he's like, "Man, that's like it's like I just got 15 years younger." You know what I'm saying? All this good shit. And then tells me some shit. He's like, "Man, you know what? It's okay. It's okay that there's this suit." He's like, "I'm sure he didn't make him." He's like, "And besides, he finally did something right." And patted me on the back, nigga, like a fucking kid, and walked out. And I remember thinking to myself, like,
"You racist motherfucker."
And don't even know it.
You racist.
And don't even know it. Like,
it's like, "Well, I wish I didn't get you suited, nigga. I wish I made you look like Pee Wee Herman."
Bro, it's no different. I had a boss tell me right there at that Macy's, "You know what?" He's like, "Looks like Barack Obama's gonna be the president." I was like, "Oh yeah, definitely,
most def."
It's like, it's clear he's gonna win. Like, and he was just like, "I just hope this doesn't have an effect on black people." I turned around and looked, and he's like, "Well, not like, not in a negative way. I just, you know how it is, man. I just don't want black people to think that, just because they got the president's black, that, like they just run the shit, like, how stuff gets, how people get." I was like, Oh, so you don't want black
the way
people?
that y'all been.
I said, so you don't want black people
to feel like y'all feel.
to maybe feel like white people feel? And he just looked at me and was just like, oh. Well, you know,
like, bro, just hey. That's when you just be like, hey, before you just stop, my bro.
Like, nigga, we didn't have no words. I just looked at him and was like, yeah, I guess you're right. I hope they don't, if that's what you're saying. I hope, because Barack and Michelle occupied the White House, that some black woman in the suburbs don't think that she can go run down on some kids because she don't like their presence.
Right, yeah.
I hope that don't happen. Right? I hope black cops don't think, oh, we got a black president now. So that white boy driving, obviously, from that gym that he just walked out of and got in the car.
Let's go.
I'm going to pull him over and ask him a million times, where's he doing and where's he going and why is he going there?
Why
like,
you got that nice ass car?
I hope you're right. But I just thought to myself, like, bro, motherfuckers be like, because we all are like that to something. Like, I'll go back to surnames or pronouns, I should say, excuse me. That's a real thing for people. And people are adjusting to having to, address that with their children. Like, if your child really is, this is a thing for them. This is serious. And he's like, yo, man, call me them. And you think it's silly? That's like people saying that, can't nobody be born gay. I know people that I've known damn near their whole life.
And known they was gay.
And ever since we were fucking 4, 5, 6, 7 years old. No, I'm not surprised that now you identify as a woman, or now that you're in drag competitions.
Right.
Congratulations.
You should be happy that, like, nigga, you're comfortable enough to now be where you need to be.
And that leads me to the shout out to Kendrick. He got that song called the
Auntie Diaries or something.
Auntie Diaries is hard, bro. Mm-hmm. Because
I told you the last half of that album is
hey, matter of fact, I meant to call you because I was driving in and I was like, ooh, he wasn't lying, because that last part is a bop. I was like, I don't know what niggas was talking about. It's a bop over here.
Part of that album is
it sounds to me like that album is a mixture of two things. When you say how you mirror the J. Cole comparisons, and like the, just natural because they friends and, technically rivals because they're out at the same time and all that shit. Remember, was it KLD? Mm-hmm. It was like J. Cole was sitting in the cuts. We had been waiting for an album. He wasn't really that inspired, but then it was just like, yo, that's the inspiration. It's the lack of inspiration you niggas give me.
Right.
And that produced KOD. Mm-hmm. And on first listen, a lot of people was like, I don't know about that new Cole. Was he trying to do like trap music or something? Like, what's he doing? They ain't get it. And then after a while, I noticed a lot of people outside of Cole fans, that album grew on them. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, you know what? That album is kind of hard.
Right.
It's almost like a parody album. That's just dope.
Right.
Like, and not a corny joke behind it.
Right.
I'm like, dog, then you brung up the Kodak shit. Remember the album that came? That was after Old Boy shit was when he said. So I thought to myself, like, these niggas bounce ideas off each other. They fuck with each other. They got an album together in the tuck, supposedly, right?
Yeah,
so
right.
I'm like, Dre might be on to something, right? So when I was hearing that, I'm like, damn, two things. This sounds like an eclectic version, a mixture of all of his records.
Because Kodak definitely isn't supposed to be.
Of all of his records, right?
Yeah.
So you get a little Good Kid, Mad City, you get a little Damn, it's all on there, like shooken up a little bit. I peeped, right? And then it was also like, oh, this nigga Kendrick been listening to niggas and just in the cuts like, oh, y'all think that's cool? That's corny.
Right, yeah.
I'm going to address that.
Yeah.
He got because it's real wordy, and even on some of the shit that I'd be wanting to skip, but I'm listening, the shit that I'm not as the fanist of,
right,
it's kind of still necessary, because those are the songs you can get that kind of statement off on, and you can just say shit.
It's all necessary. There was like, I might not have liked the whole body of work, but I understand why the body of work is what it is. But those songs that you call
the bop, niggas don't be knowing the same song names no more. Sorry, artists.
Yeah,
we be doing way too much shit listening to shit.
Savior.
bops, right? So bops naturally go harder on my shit on title, so it can be in my play shit. So when I'm just listening to randoms, I got a whole bunch of bops.
Through, right?
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, he got a couple bops in there.
Yeah,
and I'm not the guy that's against conscious bops. And a lot of dudes, I'm starting to realize their ears are trained for like non-conscious bops.
Right.
So they don't even pick up when it's a bop because the music is conscious.
Right.
And that ain't us. Like I'd be like, oh, this shit is a bop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nigga can go in there and play a whole backpacker set and have a club jamming.
Right. But you gotta have at least a good backpack song. Like.
But you also gotta, in today's modern world, like nigga, one of the things it's a couple, you, Ryan, nigga, your brother, there's a couple things that I always fuck with y'all when y'all DJ sets, whether it's for me or whether I'm working with y'all on it or I'm just coming to show love because y'all spinning. Y'all relevant. Y'all gonna do what y'all gotta do to be DJs. Cause there's certain music you gotta play, or you ain't no DJ, right?
Have to.
So y'all playing that.
Certain artists.
I see y'all niggas up there. Y'all be playing it. You doing your thing, whatever. You know, I could tell the little nigga commercial, like the commercial nod, cause I'm a DJ. You know what I'm saying? Like DJ neck, pause. Right? You know, I can see it.
Or we're just in there,
right?
Sifting through.
I can see you,
like,
yeah, right. But it's always gonna be a little vibe, right? But then it's a certain hour. And it's a certain time.
Oh, yeah.
When that shit jumping in there and everybody in there, then all of a sudden that hip-hop come on. And you start hearing when niggas can start dropping little goody mobs and little
Biggie hypnotized
nigga,
and
little fucking Lost Boys and little shit like that all these heads in here don't really know.
But they
don't really rock with.
It's a bop.
But it's a bop, and it didn't fit in with the mainstream bop. So now we just in there bopped out.
Yeah.
Having a ball. And I done had hella casuals be like, yo, that part, oh, that's your boy, that DJ. And that's what I told you. I was like, bro, you don't get to control the experience. When you give an experience like that, nigga, I might have went home and married my wife.
Right.
Not necessarily because what y'all played, but it was a part of it. I had the bop, we kicking it. I'm proposing tonight. Oh, this helped this shit be way lit. She lit. We doing everything.
You know what song? Hey, do you know what song always goes? And it don't matter the age range because it's a bop. I'm a hustler, baby. You could drop that at any party, nigga.
Yeah,
any show. And it's rocking. It don't matter. It's a bop.
I just wanna love you.
It's just
that shit did. Yeah, it was.
There's just a couple.
But there's a couple joints,
the 90s, bro.
There's a couple
early
bops that you can play,
that nigga.
And they gonna ring off,
bruh.
They gonna ring off. Nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, any Mustard song.
Yeah.
That whole Mustard era, nigga, is all bops, nigga.
He's still making bops, quiet as it said.
Right. But nah, fuck StockX. I'll never order none from there.
Yeah, it's a dub for them. I never rocked with them, but I was always skeptical.
I have. See, I ordered one thing from them. I ordered from Goat. Goat's
you know what?
Decent.
See, I was late to it. This is like last. Remember when we was all trying to find some Coke Whites?
Right.
I jumped on there like, well, fuck it. I'm about to just do this. I know they got them.
$300.
So when I seen the price, I was like, they can't be talking about. And I remember looking at the shit.
Air Force One 97,
like,
nigga.
These must be like some Louis Air Force Ones or something. Then I'm looking at them like, is they off whites? Like, what? Why are these high like this? These can't be the price. And I remember you and Tori had just pulled up, bro. You was like, hey, bro, I'm in town. I'm about to pull up on you. Because y'all was moving like the next month here. And I remember like I came outside. Nigga, you looked right at me and was just like, nigga, I just went to a million stores trying to get some Coke Whites, nigga. They don't have them nowhere. And I looked at you and was like, bro, I've been trying to get some. Are you serious? This is a thing? Hey, bro, I get on.
I forgot what did I needed
Twitter,
Coke Whites for,
bro.
bro.
I get on Twitter, and it's niggas from like now. Obviously, we ain't in the same city. It's like 30 niggas complaining, and a couple of females like, damn, what's up with Nike and the Air Force One? We can't get. And I start thinking, oh, that's all the people that's from the culture that these are like. See, there's certain. If you live in certain environments, you're gonna have a good cowboy boot, right? Now, they might have a brand that's superior than others. If you're from an urban demographic, chances, and have a parent of a certain age range from a certain place, that's part of school shopping. They get their kids a pair of white, Coke Whites, all blacks. You know that they got 2 pair of nice shoes that's going to be durable, hold up, and then you might be able to get them another little shoe that they want. Mm-hmm. something that may be more a little color coded. Maybe they wanted some Kobe, some Jordans,
I
or
might have to get those.
some shit like that. Them is nasty. Ooh, yeah, them is nasty. See, now this could be a version of culture vulturism, the Unos, because you can listen to Nike themselves. They put the shit out on the East Coast 3 years before they released it to the world, the Air Force One. And one of the things that they were studying is what would these kids do, because they noticed that these kids in New York City and places like that, throughout the Midwest and something like that, was they would buy shoes and get them dyed or like paint them. Now this is before the like Angelus paints. Shout out to them because they helped revolutionize the game. Actually, they answered the bell for all the creators, the shoe heads. Because I walked away from that because it was like almost impossible.
Match the fucking Jordan color.
And it was almost impossible to get a paint that wasn't going to chip and look like you painted them.
Right.
Bro, I didn't freestyle with the Angelus paint on some shit just to see. Then one forces ones I came in with, I was like, bro, this shit's so old I could feel every pebble I'm stepping on. I just did those because they was that old. Like, I don't care if I mess them up. But I'm writing my name in paint and shit, bro. I never even hit them with the finish coat. Bro, I done worked out in them shits, ran in them, played a game outside with my nephew, my godson in them, and got scuffs on it like a real scuff, like if you just got a new sneaker and scuffed it. Wiped the scuff off and then like, oh yeah, these is it. And I keep saying I'm gonna buy the whole set with their gun, with their heater, and really
Jones got all of it.
Get active. I bet there's
Jones went and bought all that shit.
Because I already had a gun and already had a fucking heater like system, right. So I just bought all the paint. Nigga, I done went through all the paint. I done freaked hella nigga shoes, bro. Like gear too. That shit works on clothes too. Hats. It's good for creatives, man. Like sometimes as a creative, bro, you're only as good as the like tools and the things that you can access to like get your art out. That's where a lot of these companies and shit are taking advantage of creators. It's because they're offering platforms with knowledge of I'm gonna screw you on the back end.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then like now it's like I can even control how popular you get. You know what I'm saying? You see your boy, they holding it up. Not his boy, everybody else's boy. What's up, moms?
Holding who up?
Twitter.
Oh yeah. Well, he holding it up himself because he's still going through all bot accounts.
Yeah, and now now that he's going through them, he's like, yo, how much I paid him? Yo, we need to reevaluate that, homie.
Yep, freeze that money real quick.
Hold that check, nigga.
Because
these numbers ain't adding up.
Yeah.
If nigga, you talking about 5%, but if it's more like 35, 45%,
your value
I need a couple bill back.
Yeah,
nigga.
your value
Shoot
don't
me
went
about
down.
10, 20 billion back, nigga. Your value, y'all price gouging with me, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. We'll see. I think, look, people get on this dude and others like him because they're like, yo, you want to go out of space, you want to do this, do that. Won't you just eradicate homelessness in your state? And that would be a noble, cool thing, right? But another noble, cool thing is if you see something as one of the most powerful tools in the modern era of man, and it's only growing.
And they've got such a fucking pigeonhole on it.
And they've done some things to where they control it, and it's looked at as free speech, but they're really controlling it.
Yeah. Because, nigga, they could shadow ban your whole shit, and you
Right.
ain't going to no algorithms because you posted the wrong hashtag or you said the wrong shit.
And so now, right, punish you if you're doing, posting things that's unfavorable, not illegal or heinous. It's just the truth that they don't want out, right?
Right.
So if he does swoop in, use his enormous wealth to buy that, solidify it to where here's a platform where you truly do have your First Amendment right. You can come in, say what you want. We're not promoting hate speech or anything like that, but freedom of speech. Doesn't have to be. You don't have to speak favorable of black people, Hispanics, Asians, Jews. You can't speak hateful towards them.
Mm-hmm.
You have to speak favorable of white people or the LGBTQ plus community, but you can't speak hateful of them. Now, if he's gonna do that, yeah, you can post this clip from Russian news that's giving their accounts on what's happening in Ukraine. And then I trust Americans to be able to sit back and say, hey, I agree with them.
Right.
Hey, I agree with this side. Hey, I see both points. And maybe this is what we should do to intervene. instead of giving money to one side or weapons to one side, maybe y'all should cease all aid to both countries until y'all have a sit down with them and be like, yo, we can't have this. That's leadership. Right? But we can't even hold our leaders' foot to the fire in that way because we don't know what the fuck they doing. And they release what they want us to know. So
I feel like all social media needs to be bought from its current holders. Y'all shouldn't be able to pigeonhole who sees what and how they see it by popularity and engagement. That's bullshit. It was all fucking chronological up to about 5 years ago.
See? But you know what happened?
But do you remember that day when we all woke up, went on Instagram, and couldn't find shit from anybody we knew?
I think so.
That shit pissed me. I was like, what the why am I seeing all this shit from random fucking people?
Yeah. I think I do remember that. And see, another thing is, too, I don't think there's people for and against making kings. Social media became kingmakers.
For real.
They're
gatekeepers to hellish shit.
All the years of government intervention, Hollywood and political funding to raise certain images and to uplift certain brands of media and to uplift certain people in those spheres, right? And then some motherfucker on his couch can get on his phone because of this app. And if he's likable enough, believable enough, entertaining enough, now he's doing numbers that daytime television shows and news shows are feeling. They're not wiping them out.
Right. But they feel all that shit, right?
That young demographic that was watching Good Morning America every morning with their mom, and they're like going to YouTube networks and like channels.
Motherfuckers
and
watching the Turks and all that shit now. They don't watch regular news and shit anymore.
Yeah. So, and now how do I deal with these young Turks? They own it.
Right.
How do I deal with him when I want to bring him over to network cable? It's not like I'm dealing with my friends at the golf club. He's not in the club.
Right.
But now he got some shit that we need, not even that we want. We need it.
And he don't want nothing to do with you motherfuckers.
And now he's negotiating from a fair fucking spot. How do I deal with him?
Right.
It's like Hove with Tidal, dog. He rapped about it. Nigga, they were doing hit jobs on Tidal. They was doing, nigga, TMZ ads and shit like that, nigga, like all these different companies, dog. Apple, they was taking out ads.
Yeah, they was trying to do
talking
Tidal
negative
bad.
about Tidal and acting like it was fans complaining. I'm like, bro, I got Tidal. What do you mean?
Yeah, they tried to say Tidal was a broken
like
system.
It didn't work and all the music ain't up and you can't get this. I would get new albums and niggas would be like, bro, you got that on Tidal?
Yeah,
like,
nigga,
bro,
before
what the fuck you talking about?
Tidal gets shit before both Apple and Spotify now,
check
nigga.
this out.
And they do it. I like
it.
I don't use them, but
look, you got three companies, right? Three main companies. One of them's owned by Beyonce and Hove. You listen to a certain type of music.
Right.
A certain type of music that made Beyonce and Hove royalty. Who the fuck you think they pushing? When niggas be telling me our R&B is dead, I'm like, not on Tidal.
Yeah, R&B.
I find a new R&B female or nigga every day that I ain't never heard of from Chicago, nigga, Jamaica, Queens, nigga, the Bronx, L.A., Vegas, nigga that got a whole 6 EPs, they all fire, nigga, and be like, yo, who is this nigga? This nigga the new D'Angelo.
Right.
Right? And I'm walking around the house bumping it. It's on Tidal. You have to know his name and the name of that motherfucking project to find it on Apple Music.
Yeah,
He's never going to be on the suggested list.
Right.
Even rap icons that come out with albums, but they're not hot no more. So let's say like before Snoop bought Def Row, Snoop put out a little EP or something. Nigga, they pushing that. Mm-hmm. De La Soul get together and do a little something, nigga, a little anniversary album or remix, a live show, nigga. This all on there.
Right.
Nigga, you know what I mean? Live concerts of artists that we love that you can go watch right now on Tidal. They're just up. You can go watch them. Nigga, you can go listen to Farrakhan speeches and Malcolm, all type of shit on there. Every Barack Obama speech. Tidal is really for the culture, but they did such a public hit job on it that it stifled his growth a little bit, and he had to bring in who?
Kanye.
No, he had to bring in fucking Jack from Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Because nigga, he was going. Nigga, it was getting like. Nigga, I didn't buy Tidal to lose money.
Yeah.
I bought it to make money, but
y'all
he tried to have it to where
that shit right now.
But now we can't say we have anything completely black owned.
Right.
Tidal was its own distribution center. Nigga, it's his own. He signed Lil Wayne to a title deal, exclusive. So Lil Wayne could perform those songs and put out that little BS album he did to hold him over, nigga, until he got this legality done with nigga Cash Money. It gave him a certain amount of freedom. Now you can probably still do that, but now Jack got to sign off on it too, maybe.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Luckily, Jack is a great dude. Nigga, him and Hope got a good relationship. Nigga, there's respect there.
He didn't come in and do no.
He didn't do no dickhead shit.
Right, that
and
motherfuckers
now,
usually do.
Let me tell you how fair he was. Hove went from just owning title to now I own title still. Percent, you know, like a healthy percentage of it. Like
I'm majority owner.
I'm a majority, but now I'm on the board of Cash App, Twitter, and Square.
Right.
And Tidal, because now Tidal's in that fold. Mm-hmm. Checkmate.
Yeah, it's all bad.
Checkmate. But this is the thing. No diss to Jack. He's been able to do this for 100 generations in this country. This is the way for them. This is what they're This is nothing new. It's business. This is why people that come from that don't understand how certain people haven't risen all the way out of poverty yet. Because they think that now that you're not a slave, everything is all fair.
No, it's not. It's all about who the fuck you know and what connections you have.
That's that word that motherfuckers don't like. That's that word we get annoyed with, systemic.
Right.
That's what that is.
Right.
Systemic is, you don't see it. You know
just
what I'm saying?
Feel that shit.
It's on cruise control. It's racism on cruise control.
Right.
Don't worry, sons and daughters. We've cleaned it up so you don't have to whip them no more. You don't have to force feed them, breathe them. You don't have to do none of the heinous shit that we had to do.
But you can still,
own
reap the all benefits, all the shit that they
because they can't elevate to a certain level in business, not even Hove, unless they bring you in.
Right.
Because even the ones that's on their playing level that they all could have been together, when it happens, they tried that. The feds come, tried to hit them with a Rico. Yeah, Jay Prince, Suge Knight, Dame Dash, Irv Gotti. That brings in Murder Inc., Rap-A-Lot, Death Row. Mm-hmm. D was a part of it too. So that the Rough Riders and Rockefeller.
Yeah, they wasn't having that.
That a record label / distribution center. We don't never need to go to Europe again and get records pressed, or Asia. And basically, nigga, we gonna be the label for hip hop. We're covering every fucking region. If you're dope, if you're talented, now we have the infrastructure to sign all of you. Huh?
You about to do what?
Y'all about to cut us out of rap music.
Rico.
Oh, no, that's a fucking federal conspiracy. You motherfuckers are selling dope.
Right.
All these niggas got hit with the Fed case.
Yeah.
That's really what happened to Death Row. People try to act like Suge ran Death Row on the ground. That's really what happened. The only labels that stood after that was Rap-A-Lot, but it never was the same.
No.
Right? Was Rockefeller, which a few years later, nigga, it kind of crumbled.
Disbanded
right?
and sold.
And that's it.
Rough Riders and Murder Inc.
But the feds caught them on another case. Like, oh,
yeah,
Supreme.
Them niggas ain't playing.
So, yeah, I want to come in here and be like, yeah, Young Thug, you said on the shortly after our brother Mike Brown was murdered on the red carpet with millions of dollars of jewelry on, that you were too busy getting money, too busy looking fresh, nigga, and fly and rich to concern yourself with what was going on with that, and you didn't want to talk about that.
And now these white folks showing you that your money don't mean shit.
And you shitted on a young black reporter that ran up to you like, oh, I'm getting to, interview Young Thug. He's from the culture.
Right.
On the red carpet.
That nigga ain't from the culture.
You shitted on her, right? Now,
that money don't mean a damn thing in that.
I don't know how this brother thinks, but, Young Thug might look at Mike Brown like, bro, he's not Haitian. He ain't my people's. Fuck him. He just a nigga. That's a thing out there. I don't know.
Well, then
maybe
fuck
that's
you.
why.
You just a Haitian, my nigga. That's the thought process.
Well, no, my thing is, that's never my thought process, right? But that don't mean we don't acknowledge when we see that process, in my opinion.
Right.
If you Haitian, you my brother until you show me otherwise. If you Nigerian, man, you my brother until you show me otherwise.
Why does it seem like Haitians always be showing us otherwise when motherfuckers backs against the wall or when it's black problems?
Well,
or is that just me seeing it, or is that just
well,
all
no. I
like?
mean, I think that all ethnic groups um, do that because at the end of the day, I guess it's tribalism in the world. I think if people understand our group, our race of people, our ethnic group, I should say, our tribe of people, foundational Black Americans, so-called African Americans, right?
Right.
The Aboriginal copper-colored people of the Americas, they took our tribalism. They whipped it, lynched it, and murdered it out of us. They bred it out of us. So we don't have that in each other. We can recognize that sometimes there's a disdain for each other. That's why gang culture thrived amongst us. But I dare say that the very people that orchestrate these social experiments may have known that about us because they have all our ancestral records. They have the history of us. And if you go back and read what white scholars were saying about the black people, BLACK, the black people of Turtle Island, aka North America, aka America, some of the same things that they were saying about us then apply to us today. The same shit that me and you smoke a L and talk about black people, you know, because every culture talks shit about their culture.
You got another blunt?
Yep. Because every culture talks shit about their culture. You feel me? So when we talking our shit about our own culture and we getting on our culture, everything that he was saying that we would say about black, you know, black people be loud as a motherfucker. Oh man, you know you can't get too many black people in a room in the same spot. Nigga, it's gonna be an altercation.
We get to talk about us because we're us.
No, everybody does, right? But this is what happens. All I'm saying is this: is that now there's, and I'm gonna go get that actual literature and bring it back over here, or post it on one of our pages or something. But I mean, this guy was writing. This European dude, man. This is way before Columbus got over here. He was writing about what they ended up calling the Creek Indians. Basically, Europeans got here, explorers and shit, seen a bunch of black Indians, right, or what they would call at the time, by the creek, or living in swampy areas, and they was like, oh, those is Creek Indians.
What about Blackfoot Indians, nigga?
I'm not sure 100% how they got their name. Some of these names, a lot of names are traditional. A lot of American names are still Native American, Indigenous American,
No, I think Blackfoot is
Aboriginal names.
Is a FBA thing because a lot of Blackfoot Indians that I know, they look like us.
Oh no, I'm just saying I don't know. Like there might be something to that. There are thousands of black tribes here, and the idea that they all ran to Africa and then got kidnapped and that's how they got
back.
here, like it's fucking ridiculous, bro. Like now, that's not to deny any of our African blood because yes, that's what makes us FBA is that those 380,000 black people that were stolen from Africa are sold from Africa and put on a boat and brung here that was then interbreed and enslaved with the Aboriginal people that were here. That's what makes African Americans. That's what gives us our different unique phenotypes. That's what gives us our own different culture. We're a culture within a culture. Black American culture is not American culture, although certain parts of Black American culture dominates American culture. That's what's unique about America in today's present time, like what America's allegedly striving to be, right? That's what's unique about a democracy. Asian culture has influenced American culture. Now, I could be arrogant and be like, oh, black culture is all black shit. And a lot of shit is. But Asian culture is big in American culture, like cuisine-wise and things like that. There's a lot of customs that are really Oriental that have like made their way because of the Oriental presence, the ancient Oriental presence and the modern Oriental presence in America that has always been a part of American culture. You know what I mean? You got black American kids, white American kids, Native American kids, all what? Grow up on, and I'm not trying to reduce it to like food, but there's certain things about us like ginseng and things like that that have been introduced uniquely by one clan of people, right? Mm-hmm. And then you have our brothers from across the border, the southern border, and sisters from everywhere from South America to Mexico. Spanish influence, right? Or I don't even know if it's right to say Spanish influence because, look, we speak English here because of who enslaved us and who colonized the land. They speak Spanish there because of the same reasons, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all of us have lost our indigenous, like tribal languages for the most part. There are some that have still survived. God bless them. But you can't have America without that Latin presence. You can't have America without the and I'm not even a big fan of actually like Latin food, but I don't know not one person that isn't. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
I,
like you.
but still, it's almost down damn near. And I don't mean no disrespect to my Mexican brothers and sisters. It's almost like American to eat a taco.
It definitely, bro. There's so many tacos.
But you get what I'm saying?
Shit. You saw my little Facebook post, right, nigga?
But think of what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
it's almost like just as it used to be a burger and some fries, but bro, like, that's still American, I guess, all American burger. But you see, that's a part of culture here. I just think it's, it's not abnormal to go in a grocery store, fam, and have to turn them damn the can around to be able to read it. Mm-hmm. And to me, I don't see that as negative. And some people, and I'm not insecure by that. Mm-hmm. I'm not insecure when a group of people from another place speak their native language. I'm not insecure about
fight
that.
Niggas when I know they talking about me though.
I don't give a shit,
enough.
right? I don't, I don't. I don't even concern myself with that. Oh, they're not talking to me. Simple as that. I'm not gonna guess or try to act like I know what you're saying, or you know what I mean? Because gestures can be read wrong, right? Like you don't even know what they're saying. How do you know they're talking about you? Like, and now if they are, you don't know what they're saying, so you're assuming it's negative. You could say something like, "Can you all excuse me? I'm trying to get through this way." Now a group of people starts speaking in sad language. One of the motherfuckers could have been like, "Hey, bro, I told y'all to get out the damn way. You didn't see him when he was walking through the fucking door?" And then the other person be like, "Man, shut the fuck up. Like, don't even move." Now you walking through, all the motherfucking foreigners was talking shit. You see how easy we can get thrown off? So, like, knowing that, you have to have, like, a sense of, like, this is my country.
Oh, yeah, dog.
Right? To feel that way. And I just get tired. I be hearing it, bro. And I be hearing it. I be hearing motherfuckers say, like, all the time, like, fucking speaking their little fucking language. And I'll be like, bro, what's wrong with speaking their language? We're speaking somebody's language. Like, I really don't get how a person from, like, Europe, of European descent, is here and gets mad at a Mexican person speaking Spanish or an Asian person speaking, like, any Oriental language. Because it's just like, dog, we speak y'all's language.
Right.
So I think America's a great experiment. And I think, like, when people talk about, like, the Illuminati and shit like that, I think those are the experimenters. Like, they're the ones conducting said experiment, right? Whoever those people are. That makes sense. Because, there's certain rules that we got in society that don't make sense. Everybody agrees they don't make sense, but we still do it. You know what I'm saying? It's a funny time to be alive, bro.
What a time, bro.
What a time. There's a lot of things going on that just seem a little iffy, bro. Why would you talk on a cell phone in prison thinking that because you're on your cell phone and not their phone, you can order harm or hits on somebody's life and it not be a part of your case?
It's because they're dumb enough to think that since they have a case open on you, they don't have every phone tapped they know you're associate of, nigga. So just because they don't have that burner phone that you have in jail, nigga, you don't know whose phone's tapped on the outside, nigga.
Well, notice what they did. They know. See, you niggas talk too much, so they know. And like, there's no rule that says the police and the FBI can't use social media.
No, I know that.
So like, when everybody from I'm not saying you, when everybody from California and New York and throughout the East Coast and throughout the West Coast was shouting, the hip hop police is real.
You niggas didn't believe none of that.
When that whole, remember that generation? Remember that motherfucker wrote a book, the old police cop?
Yeah.
He was the first hip hop police.
Yeah.
And he's like, I never thought they'd have a whole nationwide task force based on what they had me doing in New York. And all he was doing, every rapper knew him because he was just like the cool dude that had money that'd be at all the hip hop shows with chicks and work. And if you needed some work, you needed some drugs, you needed some gun, whatever, he got you. And he was cool. But he was the fucking hip hop PD.
He was a bodyguard too. And
yeah, all
like,
that.
Yeah.
He worked at all that to get in there.
Yeah.
And come on, bro, like he was funded and operated by the police. Yeah. He's seen all type of shit, and they wouldn't even let him make most of the arrests. Like, nah, let him keep doing that. Why? Because he's influential. Mm-hmm. Why? Because gangs are sprouting up. Dog, you let Snoop Dogg Crip walk on the MTV Awards, BET Awards. Now you got kids in Montana Crip walking. There's shorties in L.A. that when they saw that dance, they knew to take their ass out the way, out the gun range way. Mm-hmm. They knew that when they seen that dance, that somebody that they knew probably wasn't going to be here the next day. There's trauma connected to that dance.
It's like a tribal war dance, nigga.
It's exactly what it is.
It's a whole tribal war dance, nigga.
I can make an argument to that just as way people make arguments to things about their culture that happened in ancient times.
It'd be the same as like the Samoan war dance. The fucking, you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what that is, nigga.
And every time The Rock does that, who does he have it performing with him?
His motherfucking brethren.
Hey, you've never seen so many Samoan actors as when The Rock is doing that shit in a movie. It ain't not one look-alike.
And let's be real as fuck, too.
Respectfully.
The Rock don't be promoting his black side enough for me, nigga.
I think he do.
Do you? Because I don't see none of them. I don't see him in no. I'm just saying. Like,
First off,
seen him do his tribal shit hold on, that's what I'm saying. I've seen him do the tribal shit in WWE. All that shit be his big interest and everything. I've never seen him do no FBA shit. No rapper ever done brought him out. No.
He's FBA by sheer existence. He's FBA in a different space.
I'm not saying that he's.
No, let me land. He's FBA in the fact, but remember, he's from the islands. You know what I'm saying?
He's from
so like
Miami.
No, he lived in Miami.
No, he was born in Miami, my nigga. His mom is from the islands. His dad's black and Samoan. They lived. He lived his.
Okay.
Yeah, he was born and raised in
I
Miami.
stand corrected, but he's still influenced by the islands. I got friends that wasn't born in the islands that's from that culture, and
being from Miami, Florida, damn near.
And they might as well be from the islands because nigga, you know how many friends I got from the know that grew up in cold ass Reno that right now live in Hawaii.
Along in them Tongan Crips and shit, they ain't never been to Tonga and shit.
A lot of people, you know, that's always an option, right? And all I say is this: there's certain roles he's played where he's just played a black man. So that's why I'd be like, nigga, he has given it up to that. Like that one movie where he's the football coach, he got a black mom in the movie. A noticeably black mother.
That's real.
And then it's another.
No, okay, hey,
let
Dwayne.
me land. It's
I
another.
apologize.
It's another
Right.
movie that he did. It's not Get Shorty. It's one of them in that series with John Travolta and Cedric the Entertainer.
Be Cool.
Be Cool.
He had an afro.
Nigga, he let his natural hair grow out. Nigga,
you're right.
But am I mad at him that he can do a low key comb over, or like present himself in a certain way that allows him to be nigga in Hollywood's good grace?
I'm not talking about that. But I do have to backtrack. I apologize, Dwayne. He actually always has
and he's never been on the wrong side of the culture.
Never.
So,
but he always has a black parent. When there's a parent depicted for him,
well, no, it depends
it's
on
always
what role.
a black parent.
Because there's a couple movies where his parent is Polynesian or from the islands. Like, I can't think of the movie. It's the one with him and a black dude from Europe. It's almost like a spinoff from the Fast and Furious joint. It's the one that Tyrese was mad about.
Hobbs and whatever.
That's what I was talking about. Remember, and he goes back to his island, and they doing the war dance and shit. And I like that because he went and got people from that culture to play that part.
Yeah, there's no actors.
That's what I meant by that. I don't think I ever seen that many Tongans in a fucking major movie.
Yeah.
But he made sure, nigga, like, or Polynesian, I'm gonna say Islanders, because I don't know the right term. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're
Polynesian. Or not. No, Polynesian encompasses all of that. Hawaiians,
whatever, Polynesian,
Tongans.
So, like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, but what happened here is they'll get that. They'll do that with, like, a story in Harlem or a story in Detroit, which is FBA culture, FBA territory, right? And they'll go get Hispanic girls that are not from there. They'll go.
Instead of going to Spanish
they'll go
Harlem.
make a movie like Honey, and get Jessica Alba to be the lead.
Instead of a bad real dancer.
I don't give a fuck if she's bad or not.
Nigga.
But, nigga.
No, I'm just saying,
like,
there's just as bad females who ain't Jessica Alba in
right,
Spanish
no, I get
Harlem,
what you're
nigga.
saying, like,
but
I'm
if
just
not
saying,
badder.
But I'm not even going off the looks aspect. I'm just going off the cultural depiction.
Yeah.
Bottom line is, nigga, like, she's
You gotta make her hair curly already.
Right.
You ain't gotta give her ass
a lot of
angle her right for her to look.
I know a few Mexican girls that love the movie Selena, but they always bring up the fact that J-Lo's not Mexican.
Puerto Rican, yep.
And that's nothing. They're not. Are they racist for that? No. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So I'm not racist when I say, hey, why would they go get a Nigerian, European-born actor to play Fred Hampton, famed Black Panther that was murdered on the south side of Chicago while he slept in the bed with his pregnant wife? Why, as beautiful as a man and as important as he is to our culture, like, why would you then go get somebody that's not from that? So when black actors speak about this or say this, then it's like an issue. It's like, oh, well, you know, you're not being inclusive or you're being anti-African, or it's not that. But you couldn't go get a black kid born from the south side of Chicago, no matter how good of an actor he is, to play Shaka Zulu and not hear it from the Zulu tribe. The Zulu tribe don't like the hip-hop Zulu nation. Respectfully.
Oh, they extra don't like them now.
Respectfully and rightfully so.
Oh, my God.
Like, nigga, like.
Before, they're like, oh, nigga.
Dog.
You should have never
Everybody I
said
know from that tribe.
Nothing, nigga.
You can just go to the internet. Motherfuckers that you don't know. Get on Twitter, type in Africa Bambaataa, look at the comments under there, and then watch. Just scroll down a couple times. You're going to see somebody from Zulu. Like, yo, what is this foolishness, nigga, that you associate with such a great name? What makes them Zulu? Because they said so?
Right.
And now you a fucking pedophile ring? Allegedly?
Yep. That's just like if the fucking...
It's a certain culture is allowed to be exploited.
If somebody from the Nation of Islam did some old crazy shit. Hey, nigga, Farrakhan be out there like, hey, hold on, brother, bro. What the fuck?
There's still Muslims in the Muslim world that don't accept or really respect black Muslims. Even with the history of Islam, even with the black history all through Islam, thousands of years, they still don't. So, like, some people still look at that as a slight, like, oh, you Nation of Islam, right? Even though this nation, this clan of Muslims has been recognized by all that matters around the world. You know what I mean? Has one of the FBI has one of the greatest scholastic libraries known to man, right? It's done a lot. So you can agree or disagree with the religious aspects of it. But I dare to say that if you're an oppressed people in your own land and you're fighting for liberation, everything has to be tied to that. So you'll find the argument in sports. That's why people get mad. Damn, man, I'm tired of the NBA. All they do is talk about race. Well, yeah, stop being fucking racist so, nigga, they can just live their life. Yeah. All those black kids got black family members and are raising black sons. And when they see a little black kid get killed by the cops and see y'all cheer the cop on, yeah, LeBron gonna say something, nigga. He got 2 sons. and it's enough of them.
2 sons that actually are gonna drive.
And they make enough money.
They're gonna drive beautiful cars and be pulled the fuck over.
He knows
because
the
they
jealousy
drive
that's
these
gonna be
beautiful
attached to
cars.
that.
And because when Lil Bronny comes into their gated neighborhood and that one cop that don't know that's Bronny gonna pull him over, what are you doing here? Like,
Man.
bitch, nigga, look at my.
Or does know he's Ronnie.
Yeah. And still, wants to be a dick because he don't like your dad.
Will Smith said he felt like every cop in Philadelphia knew his plates and got the word that, like, when you see him, pull him over. Because he was a 16, 17-year-old kid driving something stupid, big Benz, with his friends. Nigga never really getting into too much trouble. Might have a little herb on him every once in a while. But just being a kid, happy, I'm off tour and I'm back home. Now we're gonna spend some of this money, nigga. Let's go to the mall. Let's go kick it.
Now we're gonna spend too much.
That's where
of this
summertime.
money.
That's where summertime is birthed out of, right? Yeah. So, Will was saying how he remember being a shorty, just so like sick of getting pulled over. Nigga, I was like that driving my Camaro in Reno. Nigga, I remember 1 month, nigga, I got pulled over almost 20 times. Nigga, no ticket.
What are you doing driving this car that I want? That should
like
be in my garage.
Or I just feel it's too nice for you. And if you have it, what are you doing to obtain it?
Your mama.
You got drugs in here? You got this? No, my pops, nigga, my dad gave me this car.
Or nigga, your mama.
Right?
Man, I'm lucky I ain't
So,
white. Could say shit like that. Your mama paid.
So it's just shit like that. Like, I mean, there's an experience there. But because it's not polled and because the so-called majority population don't experience it.
It don't exist.
It just matters who. Now.
Everything with black people is out of sight, out of mind, bro. Always. They've treated us like that forever, nigga. It's out of sight. We'll never need to talk about it.
What they treat us like in today's time is like, or even going back from slavery, bro, is like, produce for us and be glad you don't have it as bad as the Negroes before you.
Right.
That's the attitude I get a lot. How the fuck does 10 black people get murdered in cold blood simply for being black? And you can't find a so-called political figure, leader, to call it a racist killing.
Yeah.
Fuck a hate crime. Because I can go kill a transvestite today and on accident drunk in my car, and some motherfucking DA could be, if I got the right notoriety, could be like, oh, it was a hate crime. He didn't like transgenders. Like, hate crime is subjective. Being killed for being black is something fucking different. You know, that in the history that we got in our country, bro, you would think, I mean, let's just say that. Let's say that was 10 Jewish people. Let's say that was 10 members of the LGBTQ.
Oh, we saw what happened when it was 10 Asian people.
Let's say it was 10 Asian people.
They got their bill.
Like, I'm hearing so-called black civil rights leaders speak out, nigga, glowingly on why the Asians need an anti-hate bill, which I agree. And these same motherfuckers are talking about, oh, this is a time for healing and we all need to come together and this is a gun violence issue. You can't have it both ways. It can't not be a gun violence issue, nigga, when niggas in Chicago is dying at 40, 50 bodies a clip a day. That's not a gun violence issue. That's a Negro issue. You black people are just animals, right? White kid going to school, shoot everything up. That's not a gun violence issue. That's mental health.
Yeah, because old boy that shot up here in Vegas, bro, they was trying to figure out what his mental state and if he had any mental problems. And
why nobody trying to figure that out about Young Thug?
Right.
How come nobody cares about Young Thug's mental state of being a young black millionaire coming from the slums and having every different element of life pulling at him and having to learn bad mannerisms and bad habits that he relied on to survive? How come nobody's interested in that? Nobody cared that the DC sniper nigga got his kids took unjustly and was mad. Nobody gives a fuck.
Just like the dude in Reno that was shooting the judges and shit. They ain't give a fuck about him either.
Darren Mack?
Yep.
Shit. No, yes, they did. I'm very close to that Darren Mack shit. Nay, bro.
You probably know more than me.
Let me tell you about Darren Mack.
I'm not gonna argue with that.
At the time, Nancy Grace was the #1 show in cable news.
Mm-hmm.
She talked about Darren Mack every day for 2 hours for 3 months. Every day.
How great he
for
was
2
and shit?
No. Every day for 2 hours for 3 months. Now, Nancy Grace, one thing I do disagree with her about a lot of stuff. I think she's a closeted racist. However, That's my opinion, allegedly.
Well, we share that.
But one thing she don't play about, bro, is if you hurt a child or hurt a woman, she's on your ass. If you do some domestic shit, she's on your ass.
Yeah, you're the worst thing in the world to hurt.
At the time, I don't know what happened to old Nancy, but at the time, Nancy Grace had the biggest joint on cable news, and for 2 hours a day, damn near, she was on. Dog, I knew how much Darren Mack. She broke down how much he had to pay. Now, one thing she was saying is that he was getting ramroded by Judge Weller. Shout out to my boy. Well, I ain't gonna say your name like that, fam. My bad. I know his son. Went to school with his son, right? Judge Weller was doing some foul shit. First off, he was sleeping with.
What, he sleeping with the girl, right?
Sleeping with her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And had this nigga paying almost $80K before they hadn't even got the divorce. Divorce proceedings hadn't happened.
Yeah.
And no child custody arrangements was happening, but temporary custody was given to her. And then she had he gave her temporary wardship or guardianship over certain properties and things like that he was still using on a daily basis. So man, you a rich nigga. You got a dope ass family house, but he was a swinger. There were swingers. So I remember he had just bought a new Hummer. They shipped it to him.
Yeah.
Oh, her boyfriend driving that. The trainer that they had. He driving that because it's now part of the property that where he murdered her at is right, nigga, the Hummer was parked right there at the house that he had, a condo that he just bought that he really liked. And she had went over there and stayed the night, nigga, doing they shit, and basically took some pictures and was able to go to court and be like, oh, yeah, I stay there. And he was like, no, you don't. Like, well, that shit don't even got furniture in it. Relax, nigga. Like, you got some keys, so you just went over there and like, they established that. Now, peep this. The district attorney was a high school friend of Darren Mack's who comes from a poor white family in Reno, but showed promise. So Darren Mack's parents paid for his college all the way through law school. He's having meetings with Darren Mack all through the week. And Darren Mack is telling him, giving him evidence like, yo, bro, you got to come after this judge. But it's a good old boys town.
Yeah.
We don't prosecute the police and we don't prosecute the judges. Right? So he's trying to, like, playing both sides. Like, oh, I'm going to talk to him and we're going to figure this out. And, oh, we'll do this applicably, like, all this shit. And he's like, no, bro, I'm not tripping that he's sleeping with my wife at the time, but, like.
How is he trying the case? Like, that's not. He
can't at least get him off my case.
Right.
And then Darren Mack's rich. He's a white man, has resources, and is afforded proven guilty. And he has to be proven guilty. Mm-hmm. He's afforded that.
Right.
So now he goes and gets all these other fathers in Washoe County that's dealt with this judge that has had some shaky dealings. Mm-hmm. Where it's like, yo, man, next thing I know, he's taking my wife out to lunch in the middle of our divorce fucking battle. And then all of a sudden, nigga, she getting the kids, she getting this much money, she gets the house. Like, what? He was railroading dudes. That was like his little thing.
Man.
Not all of them, but just flirtatious. Yeah, right? He was that guy.
He's trying to, at least.
So, allegedly, right? So Darren Mack is proof. This is all fact. Has several meetings. He said, oh, the hell with it. You playing. Right? Something happened, whatever. In court, nigga, he was mad. He was like, man, fuck that. I'm not giving her another dime doing this bitch. He's looking at her like his words. She's a SLUT. Woo, woo, woo. I got her off the street. Woo, all that type of shit, right? Well, he did what he did, right? Goes to the Love's joint, and then goes to the parking garage.
Kills the judge.
Snipes the judge. Don't kill him.
Oh, no, he didn't.
He survived.
Shoot
him in the neck.
Yeah.
While he just, in his chambers drinking coffee. It was ill. It was a nationwide story.
Shout out to Darren.
He goes on a run, right? While he's in Mexico on the run, dictating, like, because, he's a privileged kid. He's still thinking, like, I might use my privilege and money and get off on this. Mm-hmm. Which, for the most part, he damn near almost did. He went on the run, I think it was a couple of months. But he was in Mexico at a resort. And he was in contact with the district attorney on damn near a nightly basis, his friend. Orchestrated a safe return because he had like about I think they said like $800K in a duffel bag at a resort and was about to go to Brazil. But at the behest of his family and his friend, the DA, like, he was able to talk him into turning himself in or whatever. But I think that he really thought that he was going to be able to beat it and not really do that much time. Last I heard, Darren Mack got a nice little sentence, my nigga. Like,
I'm looking right now.
Yeah, bro. I don't think he didn't beat it in terms of not going to jail for hella long. But this is what I was talking about earlier, and the fact that he didn't lose his money.
That mugshot let you know, like, yeah, I'm cool. I did what I wanted to do.
Right.
I got off who I was mad. I don't know who I was mad at. The right body's dropped. I ain't mad. Like, you got me.
And that's one of them things, bro. Like when somebody on you. Hey man, yeah, son, that's crazy. Like
that's a smile of a man.
Yeah.
That's a mission accomplished smile, nigga.
He definitely
is
looking at it.
And you turned yourself in, even if you like. I don't think I'm gonna get off. Hey. Basically, like I did what I wanted. I'm not finna
and he
run
was
for
in
the rest
Mexico
of my
for
life.
Like a month or so, going ham. I know.
Yeah, he's probably just
he
like
rich
nigga.
too.
He
had that duffel
thinking,
bag,
like,
living the life in Mexico for a couple months before he had to go sit it down.
800,000 is gonna run out. I can't go get this money. Like I'm not finna run the rest of my life.
Hold on, bro. Hold on, stop.
Stupid bitch. Well, he could have got the money. I ain't saying he couldn't, but
and your family's still stupid rich, right? So this is the thing. 800,000. Because if they'd have seized up all his bread, it wouldn't have affected his family's millions. So this is the thing. 800K in Brazil on the street, bro. You hood rich. You damn near rich, and you can turn that into something. You can go over there and restart your life. I'm not condoning nobody going on a run and being extra, all that shit. I'm just saying. I don't know. I watched that shit closely, bro, and I just was like, damn, man, like, it was like a movie. But just the way they handled him. Bro, as a kid growing up and just all my life, I've seen them mishandle black men for traffic violation warrants. Motherfucker got his whole face slid across the ground because he maybe was talking back a little bit to the cop.
Oh, he got life with possibility after 20.
And it's been how long, nigga? Damn near
2007. He gonna be.
He
up.
almost out.
5 years. He gonna be up.
And with the money and influence they have
out.
in Reno,
he's getting out.
Nigga, he's getting out.
Or no, that
he's getting out,
the
bro.
judge thing might. That might.
I'll tell you right now, fam.
He probably though.
He getting out. You know why he getting out? Because they probably didn't already went and seen Judge Weller with that bag. Nigga, like, bro, here. Darren was a little upset.
Or not even that bag. They probably went to him like, hey, you probably shouldn't.
No. Because that ain't going to fly. He's a judge. He's arrogant as fuck, nigga. I don't care. I'm above the law.
But what if Mac family got like mob kind of what if they got mob ties and said some like real in there like, hey.
Well, that's a different story.
Be lucky he didn't, because if we had to come back when he gets time to him,
that's
to get
what
out,
it'll be more like.
we
are in Nevada. It'll be more like, yo,
knock you the fuck off. If
this is what's gonna happen on this date.
Because if it don't,
this is gonna happen. Look, on this date, he's gonna be up for his parole hearing.
You gonna write a letter.
These are the people that oversee that. We're gonna have you sending that letter from this judgeship, like stamp.
I forgive him.
No, not only do you forgive him.
You're sorry for what happened.
You understand,
yep.
And you know for a fact that he doesn't belong in jail anymore. You want to take responsibility for what you had into all that, right?
Because if you don't,
now a motherfucker like me just got a regular job, went to college, got a degree in either psychology or fucking criminal justice, and now I find myself working on a parole board. I got all my political thoughts and all my faculties is there, right? I'm like, hey, this is some privileged shit. Like, he don't deserve to be out. He shot a fucking judge, man, because he didn't like the way the divorce proceedings was going. Like, he wouldn't be the first rich guy to have to pay his wife a little more than he wanted. It wasn't like you were going to be poor afterwards. Right. You might have lost a house that you wanted, but you would have been able. You had the means to go buy another one. Like, I'm working off my student loans, nigga, trying to put my kid through school. And I got another kid that play basketball and the AAU check. Mm-hmm. I can barely afford to send him on this AAU trip right now. And I got a degree and all that, right? And I'm working all that. Not necessarily jealousy, logic from my perspective. Like, why does he deserve? We sit here on this board every day and deny people that I'm damn near crying after I leave. Because I'm the only one that voted that he should be able to leave. And y'all like, no, he's so dope in this community. And it's like, nigga, it's been 30 years. Y'all took all his money, his assets. His kids ain't going to college.
Niggas connects probably been dead.
Everybody dead and in jail. He don't have no criminal fucking he wasn't a mafia boss,
Right,
nigga.
he gonna get out and be broke as fuck.
This nigga was the only person in this generation and of his family to see $100K in cash. And that shit's gone. And it's been 30 years.
Right.
And we denying his parole.
But this nigga with money and all
We making him sit down for another 5 years while we review it. And you telling me that this Darren Mack dude, nigga, is supposed to get out on first visit? Like, no, normally we send them back for the next, they come up next year.
And he get out with millions?
He still got $1 million foundation. He ain't never issued no apology. He ain't never, like, what, his child's mother, his child growing up without a mother, one of them. She's never coming back. There's a murder victim in this. Watch his ass get out in what, 4 years. Watch you get out. And a person like me, that person that represents everyday American, they're going to be like, what the fuck? And they're going to look at them and be like, no, he's out.
We get it, yeah.
So that's about, like, having powerful jobs but being powerless. Yeah, the world has changed enough to where they got to let your ass in. Every parole board in the country can't be all white no more. So, yeah, black lady, black man, Hispanic woman.
Watch this happen.
Yeah, y'all can come in here, but this is how we do it. And you're not a strong enough vote or don't carry enough weight or have enough knowledge or expertise to do anything about it. Because even if it's something that you can change as one person in the criminal justice system, as a minority, as a black person, as an FBA person, you might not even know it. You might be in that motherfucker 30 years. You see a lot of people that work for the system that's from a deprived people be in that system 30-something years and then be a whistleblower. Be like, yo, Dr. Clyde Anderson. Worked for several presidents and learned through all those years of work, like, oh, shit, this is like an economic war on black people. Y'all can't enslave us no more. So it's between jail and just poverty, nigga, that you, oh, shit. Hey, he's the one that started bringing up the fact that in every black major city, most black neighborhoods are full of fucking abortion clinics, and most white suburbs are full of fertility clinics.
Right.
The average black kid in America don't even know what the fuck a fertility clinic is, visually.
I don't.
Only in name only, like possibly. Like that's where you go and you can get a baby, basically. Right?
If you're having trouble, you go there.
Now, I don't know the science. I've heard things. I haven't researched it myself about reproduction in different ethnic groups and different races of people. I don't really concern myself with that. I don't have ideas of eradicating the earth or America of a different race of people. Why would I ever think about, hey, I wonder what rate are Asians reproducing? That just sound like a racist thing. Only racist people are people that mean people harm are doing that type of research on people. Right. Like, fam, what? You know how many things that Oriental culture offers? And you got to you trying to figure out how much they reproduce and how fast how many of them is going to be in 2059? Like,
right.
What are you doing? What you up to?
Why the fuck? Yeah, exactly.
Like,
what you up to, fam?
Like, who cares how many blonde white women is going to be in the country, nigga, in 80 years? Like, nigga, is anybody thinking like that? Like,
not us.
But people are thinking like that.
Right.
Dog, remember those cops that got caught in North Carolina trying to create a race war? Mm-hmm. On the recordings, they were giddy. They were like, yeah, man, when we pull this off, this is going to set them back 5 generations.
That shit was wild.
That shit, it jolted my body. Like, oh, shit.
You're trying to fuck us up for 50 years.
Fam,
nigga.
McCoy was a little baby. My nigga almost shed a tear. I looked at him, nigga, and was like, there's people out there that hate you for simply being born. And they're plotting on how to ruin fucking your life,
already, nigga,
for the next 50 years, bro. Fam, you ain't even hit 1 yet. You in there just going, nigga, just thinking shit sweet. You don't even know, fam. Gosh, damn.
Fuck us, fuck you off before you even get
That's
to
crazy.
walk, nigga.
Bro, I'm sure there's racist black people, right? I'm sure. People, because I speak about race a lot, people sometimes lazily call me racist. right? But
Right.
it won't fly. Just I don't have to defend myself against that. But dog, it's just hard for me to imagine, like, I don't know, and I can't speak for all black people. Just from my own family, bro, like the shit that my family bloodline has survived and been through at the hands of white supremacy, nothing else. Talking about murder, lynchings, house bombings, things like that. My mom comes from a long descendant of people willing to speak out for certain clauses, organizing in certain ways. And those people like are reborn sometimes and they come in gaps of generations, right? So sometimes you might not see it in your mother or father or your grandparents, but if you look at their parents or look at their parents, you see yourself, right? The idea, like my grandpa was born in Mississippi, raised in Alabama. I've never heard him say anything bad about a white person or Asian person. I mean, like I've never heard, unless he's getting on them about how they get on us.
Right.
Like, but I've never heard, like, dog. My pops was a Vietnam veteran. Came home and got treated like shit, spat on, thrown at him, called a baby killer. Motherfuckers, him and his brothers drafted to motherfucking war. They didn't want to come.
Want to go? Yeah, niggas didn't just
Fuck they
decide
life
to
up,
go.
right?
Right.
4 fucking Purple Hearts, all these different medals later. Bro, I have never. He came to Menzel's graduation party from UNLV, man, and the Menzel's band played. Dog, he got teary-eyed. Pops, what's wrong with you? And he's like, damn, man, look at y'all. And I was like, what? And he's like, man, he called me little boy. He's like, little boy, it's Asian people in here. It's Asian, Mexican, Hispanic, whatever, like black, white. Y'all just kicking it. And y'all all like this music? Because they in there playing jazz and shit from his era, like, you know what I mean? On the sax and so he feeling himself. I seen him get kind of like, have that realization, like, damn, y'all like kind of integrated. Like, he's seen it. Like, y'all naturally just chilling with each other. Like, it's not a big deal. It's not awkward. Y'all like the same shit.
Ain't no line in the middle divide.
Right, bro. Y'all not here, but all sitting at the same table with each other.
Yeah.
Like, and he noticed that, bro, and it was just like, damn, that's really good to see. And I thought about his life. And I'm just like, damn. Then you take the generation before him, my grandfather, World War II vet. You can't find a war in American history that a black American didn't fight and die in, all the way to the Revolutionary War.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, old boy from the Saints got in a little trouble, because white people aren't taught that history. They exclude us from that history. And they don't have the inside track to know it. So as I mature, I had to realize, like, you can't be mad at motherfuckers for not knowing it. You can be mad at them for denying.
Right.
Or ignoring. But you don't get to, like, people don't know. You know how many generations of non-black people have moved to America, reproduced, fancy themselves as Americans, have all the rights of American, but don't know black history here? Don't know they just know that all y'all were slaves.
Mm-hmm. You used to not be able to eat and drink wherever you wanted.
Right.
The simple surface shit.
They don't really understand. There's very surface level of what our people been through.
Right.
But we can't escape that.
And don't realize, like, what's still going on.
Right.
They think that it all eventually stopped.
Right, yeah.
Like, nigga.
You know how many, like, non-black Americans think that black people were given reparations or 40 acres and a mule for slavery? I've argued with people for 45 minutes, and then they be like, well, that's what I'm saying, Akeem. I mean, like, I just don't understand why you think that black people should get reparations again. Like, you guys got your stuff. Like, whatever you did with it, you did with it. It's not like everybody else's fault that, like, black people kind of messed their cities up.
Like, nigga, we didn't get anything. Fuck is
So
you talking about?
That means you don't understand anything about the Iran-Contra war. You don't understand anything about quid pro quo. Like, not quid pro quo. Quintel pro. You just don't understand, like, the salaciousness and the, like, depth of the attack of a said people. You know what I'm saying?
That's why they don't like critical race theory, is because then
If you take all the other Native Americans that identify and look different than these said indigenous race of Native Americans, and you put them all on colonies, and you have laws written through partnership that they can't help here, they can't do this, you can't interfere in this, you can't trade here with this, you can't sell here. You just took a good percentage of the allies. Because now you know everybody else that come isn't directly allied to this tribe of people. It's deep. You know what I'm saying? It's just a deep thing. It gets kind of crazy. Lil Wayne tells Mark Cuban, "I'll get you smacked and pissed in your mouth."
what the fuck happened?
Man, it goes back from when LeBron and them lost the championship to Dallas.
Oh,
Mark
is
Cuban
still the issue.
Invited Lil Wayne, like, I know them's your boys, I know you're here for them, but we're having a real fancy party. I spent all this money. Like, I'm a big fan. You gotta come. A lot of my guys on the team's fan of yours too. Did that whole thing. Lil Wayne plays politics and goes. To LeBron and D Wade's dismay, he heard about it, right? But he goes. They post pictures, nigga, kind of like throw it out there. He felt like you kind of like threw me under the bus with this one.
Kind of like that little
what I'm
Dirk
saying?
impersonator, and
Some shit like that.
right,
6ix9ine, right? Mm-hmm. You kind of did me like that.
right.
Well, he says, they on the edge. It gets to a point, long story short, where Wayne can't even go to Miami games no more because of some shit that he had did, like, and put up or whatever, right? So he's never going to a Dallas game.
Mm-hmm.
But Chris Paul called him. That's like his brother. A lot of people don't know the relationship between Chris Paul and Lil Wayne, but it's very close. Right. He goes. Of course, Mark Cuban make amends, want to make shit right. Whoop, whoop, you know. Gets him assists Chris in getting him a courtside seat last minute. When they win, he takes a picture of Lil Wayne and his son, posts it at the game, posts it, right, and captions one of Wayne's rap joints, songs or whatever, like, I guess, talking shit, and, like, basically tag him and, Chris Paul's sons and all that type of shit, like, just low key, like, did some, like, hip hop type shit.
You did it again.
Played them, nigga. Oh yeah, it didn't go well.
Now
Wayne was mad because Wayne was like, "Man,
you got my son in the picture.
My son
nigga.
is in the picture, bro.
Fuck what you do with me.
Now
nigga.
my son is getting hit up by Dallas Maverick fans, and they commenting on my son now, Duke. Now you're making my son a little bit more famous than I wanted him to be at this moment. I'm just having a father-son moment. His goddad is playing, and we coming. Like, you know what I'm saying? You didn't see me out here taking pictures with my son in the media and doing all that. Like, this wasn't a press run. I'm not promoting an album. You asked me, you know what I'm saying? Like, this was a... So, yeah.
Like amends and all this
so
extra
that's kind of
shit.
like where, if you don't believe Lil Wayne's version, per Skip Bayless. Because, they close, nigga. And he asked him, like, what's going on? And he told him, like, yeah, man, he got me fucked up.
Yeah, nigga, now I'm going to beat you. Now, if Cuban's playing them petty games, nigga...
He can do that.
He can, but Cuban's...
Because he's worth, like, $6 billion.
But you don't know what everyone's reaction is going to be.
Mark Cuban can buy the record label you do business with.
Yeah, but Wayne still can have you touched.
Mark Cuban can have Wayne touched, too. You know what I mean?
You quit playing devil's advocate.
I'm not.
Mark Cuban, like Mark Cuban's
I'm not at all.
from that cloth.
Why isn't he? He's a self-made billionaire. He don't come from money, nigga.
He ain't.
You don't know what the fuck his uncle
I don't think he built like that.
Hey, we're not doing that. A poor white boy.
I said I don't think he's
I'm
built
speaking.
like that. Okay.
A poor white boy from Dallas that turned up and make billions of dollars, that act the way he do and move the way he do. I don't know who the fuck he knows. I don't know who he went to high school with. I don't know what cousin he got that's about a body, nigga. Like, I don't know.
Right.
Hey, I don't know what friends he got. That he just, look what he did for motherfucking Delonte West.
Yeah.
Delonte West don't got a cousin that's a hitter?
Yeah.
Hey, man, stop playing with me. This nigga worth $6 billion. Lil Wayne, your little money and shit. Hey, relax, bro. I seen what you had to do to get $10 million in the settlement from Baby.
Right.
You talking about a nigga that got billions.
Bees. And
Bro, I don't have to be like that. You can't have billions and not be gangster.
Yeah.
And keep it.
And you on an NBA team.
You around killers, dog.
You can't be gang. It comes a little gangster being an NBA team owner, nigga.
Rich.
Yeah. And
He can go higher.
And
Bro.
you got a show where you put niggas on. Where you and your rich friends put niggas
A
on.
lot of people will say Tony Montana is more gangster than Sosa.
Oh, for sure. Hell yeah, Tony Montana is more gangster than Sosa.
And look what happened. Sosa got his ass touched, nigga. Because I don't care. I'm not coming to shoot it out with you, Tony.
Oh yeah, Tony Sosa was not.
I'll
there.
send 1,000 killers. You ain't going to kill them all.
That's real. You
And
right.
they're disposable to me. I'm worth billions of dollars.
In this
You got a
cocaine,
couple
nigga.
$100 million because of me.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, you're right. That nigga sent guerrilla warfare at that nigga.
What do you call them?
Such a small country, this nigga, bro.
Nigga sent the whole militia at that boy house.
nigga, that many people end wars sometimes, nigga. That many crash dummies, nigga.
And he said
end
niggas
a-
that be fighting American troops in war and
Right,
shit. Like,
nigga.
we out here, that Iran-Contra type shit. Like, we out here fighting,
Like the nigga, okay.
and we getting a
let's
little
talk
extra
about
bread to
this.
go kill this
Let's
drug
talk
dealer
about
in
this.
Miami.
The head nigga carries a double barrel shotgun. Everything he does is close range. That ain't the most
Come on, bro.
gangsterish shit ever.
I'm just saying, like, that's how it works. Big bank take little bank, bro.
Look.
You can be gangster on a certain level, but it's like Wack always be telling them niggas on Clubhouse, he's like, bro, you think I take my Pyru business into these boardrooms, and that's what get me a $3 million check?
Like I said, it's a different type of gangster.
That's what I'm saying.
You 12 gauge sawed off shotgun against M16, nigga,
Yeah,
and you ain't flinching.
and it's a different rank.
Yeah,
Y'all clean that out.
I'm
And when
finna-
it's time, I'm going to come
I'm
noodle.
a noodle this nigga.
Boss told me to do it.
Just walking smooth through this motherfucker. Just every time you see a nigga, nigga reloading.
That's what we do for a living.
I'm gonna get this nigga
And I got this position because I'm the best at it.
with this double barrel.
But when you watch a great MC in a freestyle or he's ripping a verse, you watch a basketball player go for 60, 50, you're in your zone. Everybody has a creative zone. You kill enough people and do enough warfare type shit.
That's your shit.
Dude that said he got Osama bin Laden said he was listening to the game. Huh?
Could you imagine being that nigga? Most of the time you chilling at home.
Fam, no, how comfortable are you?
Yeah.
That they didn't send you to go kill Osama bin Laden allegedly, right?
Damn.
And even going through what
That's
you
how
going
they
through.
felt to old Abe? Shit. They scraped that nigga.
And even going through what you go through. Hey. You walking in there knowing you about to kill one of the world's most number one man. And you got the presence of mind to play music. I'm just saying. You just gotta think about that. Some people be so concentrated, nigga, like so just stressed out about the thing, nigga, like I ain't got time to do nothing else.
I ain't listening to no music.
I can't mess up.
Yeah.
I'm scared. I don't want to see nobody pop out on me, nigga. You comfortable in there, nigga. You just like, yeah. I got one ear for my radio, for my orders and what they tell in communication. But on the other ear, nigga, I'm playing with my favorite rap songs.
Walking through this motherfucker like Call of Duty.
Dog, that's not your first time doing that.
You do this. You the nigga they call.
Like, you're real life playing Call of Duty.
Yeah.
In real life.
And they're giddy loading up. Just, nigga, I get to go. Ooh.
Knocking shit down. If you go watch the shit,
Clowning with your niggas like, hey, bet I kill more niggas than
if you
today.
go watch the shit, this is why I knew, like, oh, you gotta be a killer to be the president. Nigga,
Oh, Rock watching.
they got the radio and the like shit set up so he's not only watching.
It's live, yeah. He's like,
He's calling the shots.
Yeah.
They ask him, like, he gets to a point where he says, nigga, basically kill everybody. But they asked him, like, you know, we got these women over here. There's a couple kids. What you want to know? Nigga, he green lighted them in the sense of like, they shouted out whatever. Only one woman came out running. She's one of his little, you know, chicks or whatever. She came out running, and she had a kid with her, nigga, pulling her kid. One of the motherfucking Navy SEALs grabbed them, nigga, and go out the way. Boom. That nigga Obama was just like,
knock everything else up.
Everything else gone, nigga. All you heard was boom, 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 boom. Nigga, Hillary Clinton was sitting there like this and shit.
Barack
that nigga Barack was looking, he was linked in, nigga, looking like, pointing shit out like, yeah, man, go over there. Yep. We got him. Bring me his head. Ain't no fakes, nigga. Ain't no, nah, nigga. We know he got connections with our CIA, all that. Cut that shit off, bring the head, nigga. We got his DNA on files. We gonna authenticate that over here.
Leave the body.
That nigga went, I want to let you all know, America, that today.
The way he walked up to that podium, nigga.
Killer. Dog, you know presidents have kill lists.
Mm-hmm.
You know they say Obama hit 70-some-odd% of his shit? It's like one of the highest ever. But they say a 14-year-old girl was on that list.
Damn.
You don't breed the type of envy and disdain and hate in a foreigner that will make him be willing to strap himself up to a fucking bomb and fly into your fucking atmosphere, nigga, your area, and just explode just to hurt something without really doing some ill shit. So they was looking at, like, think about the times that, like, they get intel. We got 19-year-old kids doing this shit that really want to be home. They join the military for college money. You got them off. You got them off in remote areas and shit, right? And through technology, they drone and shit.
I could drone some shit.
But what if they get some bad intel a little bit? They fuck up. Nobody's perfect. They not paying attention a little bit. They 18, they sophomore. I know they soldiers, right? But you fuck with your boy, like, whatever, man. We out here in 3 hours. You get a little nigga, okay, you got to drop this over there, boom, boom. Oh, well, what do you see that? Yeah, I see that. It looks like a gathering. Yeah, that looks bad too. Yeah, add that to it. Drop that over there. And then you get the word back when you come back to your next shift that was a wedding party. You're not held accountable for that.
No. Depending on skin color, you're not held accountable for that. Now, if you're our skin color and Iran or whatever decides to fucking, you're a scapegoat, nigga. You're going to military prison.
Well, okay, so when I say that, I meant like
everyday Joe White folk.
You're not held. You're held as a military man in a country, like as a military man and woman. Mm-hmm. There's certain accountabilities for everything, right? But what I'm saying is, majority of the time, American soldiers are protected from those type of errors. If a Russian soldier did something in a matter of error that cost American lives,
we're bombing the fuck out of Russia.
A lot of Russians are gonna die because of that.
I don't mean to laugh, but that's real.
Respectfully, and I'm talking about the double standard of shit. I'm talking about the willingness of Americans to walk around like we don't live in a killer ass nation. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We're the most polished third world country.
Like, say what you want, but more people in our country are going to die by gun violence this year than in Russia. And than any other country in the world combined. That's nuts to me. There's more people that's going to die by gun violence in Chicago this year than in all of Europe combined. That's just Chicago, the city of Chicago. Chicago ain't no fucking state. That's just something to think about. A lot of countries like our aid, they want American funding and aid and support and protection. They don't want to do shit with American culture, though.
Fuck no. No, they don't want to do shit with regular American culture. They love black American culture.
They love a lot of certain aspects of our culture. But, like American action movies is a dominated white male genre. It's big around the world. It's mimicked around the world. So I say that to say this, like, what happens when the next America is in Asia, India, Africa? Are American citizens going to stand by and let our government destroy those places?
Right. Some will,
That's
some
the
won't.
question. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the question. What are we going to do? Because most Americans don't give a shit what America do. And that's the knock on us as a culture. And with that being said, that's why FBA people go through what they go through. Because most people that hear that ain't FBA don't give a shit about those 10 people that died in Buffalo. Just being honest. Unfortunately. Because if they did, hey, where's the Pray for Buffalo? Facebook, Instagram,
Yeah.
right?
Pray for Vegas and all that shit.
Where's
pray
the
for Paris? Pray
no?
for
That's
Ukraine,
what I'm
pray
talking
for
about. Vegas is in
fucking-
America. You should pray for Vegas.
Right.
But where's the Pray for Buffalo? I seen niggas from Compton, Chicago, Brooklyn, and North Las Vegas with the Pray for Paris decal for fucking months.
Ain't never been to Paris. Ain't got no plans to ever go. Don't even know a French person.
Paris don't give a fuck about you. But that's cool, right? Solidarity.
But it ain't there for us, bro. That's the problem. Fuck the solidarity.
They won't even call it a racist shooting. This white boy wrote, "Here's your reparations," on the barrel of his gun. They calling it a manifesto. Ain't that a bitch? So why are these gangsters? Why are these gangster rap songs not called manifestos? Like, what do you have to? How do you qualify? How does it qualify as a manifesto for them to call it that?
A detailed thing of what you're gonna do, I guess. I don't know. That's what a manifesto is. It's like a.
But look at the beauty
An
of the word.
outline.
I know that. I'm being facetious. Like, but what I'm saying is that, like, so when you got the FBI talking about all this hideous music and that's murderous and that's their manifestos towards each other. But it's not going to be reported that way because that sounds too intelligent. That sounds too kind-hearted.
Yeah, where's our Atlanta DA in Buffalo?
That sounds too kind-hearted, right?
That's what you
Oh, that
need.
motherfucker in Buffalo was talking about, nigga, we need hugs. I said, oh, he don't speak for FBA people, bro.
We don't hug.
I asked him, he's like, why'd you come here? It's where all the black people shop. How's that, nigga? Okay, that's an alley-oop for the hate crime. That's an alley-oop for like, oh, this is some racial shit. Mm-hmm. The United Nations already told y'all that black Americans live in a constant state of racial terror in this country. But motherfuckers still be accusing us of playing the race card. I'm just asking, when black people fully fledged spaz on PTSD, because we already got it.
And just start.
But when it
knocking
spazzes,
motherfuckers off.
and what happens if all these little murderous ass drilling ass cats be like, man,
Let's go kill the politician.
or let's go
knock off his son real
let's
quick.
go like, or let's just go do that to other people. What happens then, bro? Like, we black people gotta wait for that to happen, for it to be
Yeah,
a
like
stop?
I said, LA's over here seeing the inflush and fucking robberies for white folks in Beverly Hills, nigga. And now they're speaking out like this is an issue. Like, this shouldn't be so divided to where they feel like they got to come rob us and do this to us and do that to us.
Too late.
Right. Now it's an issue because it's in your. Now they coming to your house. They kicking your fucking door in because they know you got the bread.
And that's the thing, bro. Like, I'm gonna say this, it's gonna sound like whatever, but real Americans don't live in Beverly Hills.
Mm-mm.
And so these are affluent ass people that, yeah, it's documented that your house was robbed, but you were renting it to a movie star. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It was documented. Yeah, you own it's one of your properties, or maybe it is your main residence. Okay, and you said that, you said what you said, but what are you saying? You're willing to give up some of the money that you have to help do something for this? Like what? You gonna go buy a politician?
I think it's helping to push for the reparations bill that they're trying to do in California. I think they're like really now the white folks in Beverly Hills like give them the money so they stop
Well, you know why,
coming
right?
to get us, and you
This the
give
thing,
them the
though.
playing field with us.
And this is what's so foul about it. America could give every black American $5 million, and it wouldn't truly be enough for what they did to our people. So, not even economically, it wouldn't be a fraction of what they made off of slavery. Abe Lincoln gave white people in the South millions of dollars for losing the war and losing their slaves. Jewish community received billions of dollars.
Bank bailout, if I've ever heard it, nigga. We've been bailing out banks
Japanese
forever, nigga.
America got a lot of got some money.
You
for
see, we
reparations.
just released the that was part
I'm just
of
naming the documented cases of reparations.
But do you see the shit Biden's doing right now?
What?
Lifting the tariffs and shit. They're just saying it's going to ease inflation. I mean, it might. But it's like, you got other shit that you're not doing, buddy.
That's where it gets cold, because like, unless you just do it,
it don't mean shit.
It's always going to be an excuse or a reason not to do it. Something's always going to happen. But once people know what's capable of being done, then they can't. The pressure gets there. Like right now, I'm telling you right now, if you're a black politician and you're not talking about reparations for black people, I'll never vote for you.
Ever.
If you're a white politician and you're not talking about reparations for black people, I'll never vote for you again. If you're Asian, Hispanic, LGBTQ plus, if you're not talking about reparations for black people, I'm not voting for you, and I will encourage every black person that hears my voice, that knows me and loves me, not to do the same. Simple as that. If my community can't feel the difference between Trump being in office and Biden, what are we talking about?
Right. This shit's the same shit.
What are we talking about? Don't change nothing. So, what do they say insanity is? Question is, are we insane? Are we insane people?
We're an insane country.
Did they make us insane after us surviving and going through what we went through here? I say no. That remains to be seen. If our ancestors could come back, if Medgar Evers could come back and have a conversation with us and ask us what we gained from voting, if Martin Luther King came back today and was just like, yo, how's shit going down there? Like, what's the word? Oh, we're voting. Okay, everybody get to vote? Yeah, that's great.
How many black politicians are
What's the
there?
black national unemployment rate? What's the median household income? The same as before I died?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are you niggas still voting for?
So I die for is the same shit.
So now black people just made some lessly racist white people famous and rich by political power. Joe Biden is not a president if black people don't vote for him for vice president, as a vice president or a president. No. Like, what are we talking about?
I bet Barack probably like, I should have never put you on.
You know what I can't wait for? A Hispanic president.
Right.
I can't wait for a fucking Hispanic president, and I can't wait for an Asian president, because they're going to show you how to stay the fuck on code. Respectfully.
Because they're going to do so much for their community.
Respectfully.
Their community.
Respectfully.
Boom.
They gonna show you how to do for them. Okay, well, white people do this when they in charge, or this is what we about to do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be racist at all.
Nope.
But shit,
Staying
watch the amount of funding and resources, and they gonna get fucking reparations. Watch. Nigga, watch. My whole thing is, when it comes to the reparation shit, if you're not a FBA individual, you can't even talk to me about it. Because, like, some white kid on the internet, one of my college friends, or some white person I went to school with as a child, motherfucker, you never had this conversation with me before.
Right.
And you've never had an opinion before. And you have no power or say or nay. You're a descendant of foreigners. You don't get to fucking tell me what this country owes me, nigga, when my ancestors trace fucking 1,000 years before any trace of you got here. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. Take it back. After my families went through what we went through here, built what we built. Who the fuck are you to tell me? Because you didn't have the words to free us of none of that. Mm-hmm. If you can't stop my young nephew from being in danger for being a dark-skinned black boy in America, shut the fuck up. Like, you don't get to tell me that, oh, well, I think reparations should be. Like, what?
I don't give a fuck what you think reparations
should be. Hey, bro, imagine
a
group of rapists speaking to a group of raped people.
What the rape charge should be?
Telling them, like, oh, well, actually, I think this is what our punishment should be this. Shut the fuck up. You have no say-so in this. Just like my tax dollar, and I'm a single male, I do pay taxes. I don't have children. But just like I don't get to say, hey, man, I didn't sign up to send $14 trillion to Ukraine. Because, ain't they doing some foul shit to the black people that live in Ukraine right now? And the ones you bringing over here, are we sure and have we vetted them for white supremacy? Because I got a lot of blood. There's a lot of flesh been taken from my family because of these white supremacists from Europe. Are you bringing thousands of people over here that don't think little McCoy should be on this earth? That don't think Jalen deserves to have a life?
Bringing them over here in droves. Nigga.
Is that what you're doing? And am I crazy for asking you to vet that? Now, I can see why, the average European American wouldn't do that.
They're your people.
Essentially.
Right.
But essentially not. Because I also see why some, European Americans that's been here for a couple 100 years be like, yo, the job market kind of fucked up. Inflation, you got shit bad. Everything going up. Prices, the money's made for people going down, and you want to bring a whole bunch of other people over here and give them all kind of resources and shit that you don't give us. And if you do give us anything like it, you tax us on the back end, or you make us feel like shit for needing it.
Yep. How you gonna offer all that unemployment money and then call motherfuckers lazy for taking it and not going back?
No, fuck offer the money. How you gonna make it to where niggas can't legally work?
Right, yeah, and then
I didn't need your unemployment money,
right
dude.
Before this. Yeah, you was on your way to where you wanted to be.
The
nigga,
fuck you mean?
You was
These
gonna
niggas
be
literally,
beautiful,
bro. If you just take me personally,
$34, nigga.
if you just take me personally, all the shit that they would tell you, hey, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice and take a job that you don't want so you can get a job that you like. You did. Hey, man. Maybe you should have to move back in with a parent or something, and you should do things like this so you don't have to, you're out here, you're paying, you got this house, you got this car, you're doing all this type of things, and you say you want to get here. Hey, man, this is what I did. My grandpa came over with just his backpack from Italy or from Rome or from, shut the fuck up, because you never tell the whole side of the story.
Right.
And so now I did that, the modern version of that.
And you niggas shut down the country, the whole world.
And
fought you every tooth and nail to get your part of the money that you paid in the unemployment with taxes and all that shit.
Dog.
You never got it.
I never. See, this shit about the nigga. I'm thinking about this now, and I be wondering, like, okay, so this is the thing, because I live in America, I'm supposed to just be cool with it, because some people live in Bulgaria.
I don't give a fuck.
How the fuck do I know how a Bulgarian's life in Bulgaria is? Nigga, shit might be popping. Might love his life. They didn't leave.
Yeah, they're not. There ain't systematic racism on them because they're Bulgarian.
So I just be asking myself that, like, damn, bro, like they shut the boy union down. I couldn't work, couldn't do nothing. Fought me for a fraction of the fucking money that I was supposed to get. And I got a fraction of that. I'm on the phone every fucking day for hours and hours.
Getting hung up on. Starting over. Niggas would just put speakerphone.
Nigga go get the car wash. Go fucking get some herb from the dispensary. Go get herb from the dispensary. Go get groceries for dinner. Go home, prep dinner. Go pick up my nephew. Bring him home. change him up, get him ready, chill like he doing, make him something to eat, cook dinner. And then what will happen is you're more likely for the time that they close to just stop the call because they closed versus somebody pick it up. And then they'll pick it up and you be juiced like, yeah, I got you. Okay, well, they'll ask you a to the left question like, well, do you know the address of the third job you ever had? Wait, nigga, wait. What, you talking about that? So you talking about that Foot Locker over in? Oh, no, well, hold on. I can get it for you. It still is. Oh, well, no, that's okay. Just go ahead and email it to me, and then once you email that to me,
call back and we could do more for you.
Once I get that, I'll email you back, letting you know I got that. And once you get that email, you just go ahead and call me, and we can get this thing going. You fucking
And then you call back, and then they like, well, we see that you haven't done this yet.
No.
So now I need you to.
No, with me, it'd be like, nigga, okay, so wait, okay, because see, dog, all I know is to just do what you, okay. When it comes to business,
I do what you tell me.
I do what I'm supposed to do. I'm doing my shit. I'm dotting my I's and crossing my T's, nigga. That's what I was raised and taught to do.
Right.
So sometimes my sister or somebody would have to, like, my ex, she would have to kick me into reality, like, bro, that sounds stupid. What are you talking? Because if it's in a professional setting and you tell it to me, I have to, like, really go back and digest it to be like, wait, that don't make sense. I need to do this. I really be falling for that. And we're in a world now where everybody is fake professionalism and fake professional and really just reading off scripts and lip service, right? So some kind of where, like, reception and customer service then been merged with the phone bank. Like the bitch that used to call you trying to sell you a cable package, like with an attitude. Like, no, I'm calling about my account and my shit. Who are you and what country are you in? How do we not understand each other?
Right. Nigga's named Mike from India.
And why you checking me and getting at me and asking me all these questions and weird shit about my account? Dog, they don't got nobody at the bank that could just answer the phone and just real quick question.
Yeah.
Lady at my bank was like, yo, I'm not gonna lie. Don't ever tell nobody I said this. I'm snitching. She was just like, just come in the bank. I know it seems more convenient to call the number and go.
It's not.
She said, just come in the bank. She said, because chances are you're talking to somebody out of the country that literally is at work for whatever they're trying to do. This is the script to read.
Yeah.
This is what they say to say your name is.
Yeah.
And nigga, if they ask you this, and this, just keep telling them this.
Or they got a drop down of like frequently asked
they're
questions.
They're eventually gonna hang up, or you say, that's all I can do, and they'll figure it out.
Or they're gonna cut you.
Bro, they don't give a fuck about customer service no more. You remember when we were younger, they were like, oh, the customer's always right. When I first got a job, I hated that nigga about customer service because I was a young black boy. I was a young black boy in a non-black area.
Cussing these niggas
at a time.
Out.
And I remember, like, motherfuckers would look at me and just snarl because I was taking their order at McDonald's at 13. Like, who the fuck is this little black boy in there? I know that's what it was. They would just look at me and be like, I seen a bitch take her and her kid and, like, go to the next line. And my guy seen it, boss, white guy, he seen that shit and saw this thing off. Was like, Akeem, take care of them. Nigga walked in the back, like, nigga, like
bitch, I wish you.
What are you talking about? Like, nigga, he's gonna take your order.
You don't get to choose who takes your fucking order.
I'll never forget. I'm not gonna do that. I could recite this lady's order. She was being that difficult, nigga. I know what she want. She was tripping, bro. Like every 5, she would come back. I've never seen a woman complain about a Happy Meal and a fucking #1 nigga ever in my life. Like, nigga, they remade her fucking burger twice. Nigga, the bun was cold and then it was too hard and all type of shit. And I know what it was. I was just looking at her like, well, nigga, I'm not even old enough to work the grill, so none of this shit is my fault.
Stupid bitch.
Like, and they all know that. And they all know there ain't nothing wrong with these fucking burgers.
They laughing at you.
You know what I'm saying?
Spit on your shit
you might have got a little extra sauce, nigga, if you know what I'm talking about. Everybody go watch Waiting.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you definitely.
So dealing with people and the way they feel about you early. Like, as a black kid, you experienced that going to school in this country ever since they integrated schools. You got to understand, man, these teachers didn't want us in their schools. These principals, you think that every fucking principal and every, like, administrator of a school district is retired or dead that was around when school was segregated? Nigga, you're a fucking fool if you think so. The little 8-year-old that segregated the first school in, what was it, St. Louis or some shit like that, is only like 58 now. her teachers, some of her young teachers
Still
and shit,
alive.
that will look at her and be like, I can't believe this little black bitch is in our fucking class. They're principals now. They're superintendents,
deans, and
they're writing the curriculum.
the
now.
board of fucking school.
Hey, bro, last I checked, the Daughters of the Confederate own the company that published all our school books.
Scholastic or whatever, or McGraw-Hill.
Whatever, yeah, something like that.
That
so,
definitely sounds like some.
So think about that. You got the Ku Klux Klan's wife club in charge of public schools curriculum. So now, who's gonna challenge that? Who's gonna be like, hey, yo, like, don't need to change?
Yeah.
Because some things has to be trimming of the fat. Some things have to be you atoning for your own shit. You accountability. You do something foul, like, yo, bro, we wrote all this bullshit about these people in here, man. This shit ain't true. We need to take that out. But we don't have that.
Rewrite it.
You got black parents and Jewish parents and shit like that, Asian people and Native American tribes fighting with Fortune 500 companies trying to get them to rewrite some shit and change. And they looking at a dollar amount like, man, that shit gonna cost hella bread. Fuck out of here. We ain't doing that. And Congress sitting there like, oh, well, we don't know what to do because we got to be fair to the companies. And, you know, I understand that you're offended. Look how long it took for them to force Dan Gilbert to change basically, nigga, his team name.
Right.
Like, I'm talking to people and they were like, well, bro, that's just crazy. We're in a soft center. It's such a soft world now. We're so sensitive. Like, it's the Redskins. I said, bro, you
It's
think
like having a team called Blackface.
No, I said, you think Tom Brady, they had teams basically named like that at one point in time, but you think Tom Brady would be comfortable playing for the Minnesota Crackers or the Indianapolis Whitefaces? The Indianapolis Whitefaces? Like,
Can't say this type of
you think you can?
You think so?
Because it's true. That's what it is. Dog, nobody else will do that. It's a reason why Oriental people would not let white people call them yellow. What happened now? Fast forward 100 years. There's black people that identify as what?
Yellow.
Black.
Oh, yeah.
Nigga.
Yeah, black.
This is black. We the copper color people. Go get any of those pennies. They match our skin colors. You got a penny that match your hue, my hue, the darker hue. That's what they named. That's why that's like that, because they called him half Aboriginal. That's why they made his color, his penny, his coin, that color.
I always wonder why.
That was a derogatory thing. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it is the only other color coin.
nigga, he was part Aboriginal. They said his mother was an Aboriginal, you know. Allegedly, nigga, he might have been a little slave baby. So, we don't know. We have no way of knowing at this point in time, but there's a lot of literature to that. And if you look at some of the people that ran against him in office, they would use that. I think they called him Abe I forgot what it was a black derogatory term that they used at the time. And there was posters going up about that nigga, about that shit. You know what I mean? There's even rumor that his image has been changed over 100 years or so, to where there's pictures out there that are allegedly the original image of Abe Lincoln, and they look a little different.
A little blacker and a little
Look
nappier headed.
Look a little more, like you got to squint a little bit, like, boy, got a little something in him, boy. What you know what I'm saying?
What you mixed with?
Yeah, what you mixed with, my guy? Like, you know what I'm saying? Got you a nice little mix up over there. So it's just, dog, the person that created the Cherokee language is a black American. It's a fact. He's a slave. You know, the recognized Cherokee tribe and nation, you know, they hardly recognize black Cherokees. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's just a lot of that, man. A lot of that. I got a quote I want to share. We could have gotten some other shit, man, but we'll save it. We'll save it, bro. We might have to do a little weekend joint or something. But I'm listening to this, like, I'll send you the link, because I should have brung it so we could have played it. Should have queued it up. It's a mixture of Floyd and Jay-Z speaking motivationally speaking. Like, giving game, as we say, right? But there are speaking engagements, so it's pointed in this. And when Hove decided, like, yeah, we're gonna do this again, and we're gonna take it. I'm gonna take the CEO route, the rap CEO route. I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna be the Sam Cooke type of this shit. Like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. He said that I think his dad played a lot of Jimi Hendrix when he was younger, and so there's an affinity there. And it was a young brother that owned the label. I can't think of who it was. Forgive me for spacing it, but it was a black man, successful musician and all that shit. But started his label, and he's the one that originally signed Jimi Hendrix. And for some reason, Jay said that always impressed him. Like, dog, he was dope. And then he went and found Jimi Hendrix. I want to do that. And he said one of his quiet goals, nigga, that he never really shared with nobody was like, man. And it goes back to what I thought about you when you pointed out the J. Cole shit about the cereal box, nigga. He's writing his rhymes. Now that sparks why a person like Hove would say that and take that perspective, right? Yeah. But then he culminated the whole shit, was like, and he's like, and I reached my goal. He said, Kanye's my Jimi Hendrix. And that just blew my mind, bro. Like, damn, that's kind of dope.
It is. It's Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, because it was just like, damn, that is kind of dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's something about an artist, man, or successful people that don't mind putting their arms around other people that are less successful, right? Like, and it don't always come on. Drake get a bad rap for that. I think Drake is part of that LeBron James type era, like, everybody just chilling. Like, life is good, nigga. We made it out the crack era, made it out all this extra gang culture, right? We tried to. Things are getting up for us, and I'm doing very well. Like, this little young rapper's hot. He like, I'm going to go give him a look. I'm going to pull up at his show. I'm going to do certain things. Kanye did that for Drake. A lot of artists did. You know what I'm saying? This thing niggas need to get back to that. You can't get back to that when everything is a drill and a op, nigga. And I never thought I'd get to the point where I sound like the old head. You feel me?
Big bruh.
I thought I liked gangster rap.
Gangster rap.
I don't even know what, nigga. I didn't know what gangster rap was.
It's different now. Blood and Crip albums was different.
These boys is alley-oop and whole Rico indictments back and forth.
Dry snitching, bro. Any chance
How,
they get?
how comfortable are you to? Okay, let me not even go there. This is the thing I gotta say. How many times have we heard rappers, political figures? Shit, anybody that got some sense say, "Oh," because in our era, we talking on them phones, boy. Right?
That's number one.
Don't be talking on them phones, right?
Don't pillow talk to your bitch.
No talking on the pillow. Old school had to tell you, like my moms and them, they generate, they'll tell you, boy, if you're going to go do something, go do it by yourself.
Stop. And, nigga, we learn. Nigga, what your parents always tell you, nigga, stop telling.
Oh, definitely
don't.
Don't
Keep hearing that shit. Stop
definitely don't tell.
Them.
Like, we ain't doing all that. You can't even tell on your siblings more than like twice in a day.
That's what I mean. Like,
yeah,
nigga, stop fucking.
You getting like, I'm the youngest. Bro, I'm getting 2 tails off. And now it's going into like my character intervention. Like, nigga, so what's going on with you to where you so bothered with what your sister's doing, nigga? Like,
what the fuck?
you ain't gonna just keep reporting back to me.
How are they bothering you
yeah,
so bad?
You're gonna keep reporting back to me, nigga, what your siblings is doing, nigga. Like, separate yourself from the problem, son.
Right,
like you know what I mean?
Like,
So, but it's funny because we are a culture that don't like that, bro. Maybe it's just us. We project our own shit. But I think sometimes people think that's like a black thing or like a Latin thing, like some like hood, black and brown culture shit. Bro, nobody likes a snitch. Nobody respects it. There's certain shit you kind of like get It's nobody
Nigga,
mad
'cause
at you.
we've always learned from even being young, nigga. You hate a tattletale, nigga.
That's what I'm saying. And a tattletale
don't do
grows
nothing
up.
around
What
that,
does a
nigga.
tattletale grow up to be?
Even in school, nigga, you be like, hey, don't do shit around him. You gonna tell the fucking principal.
Right,
don't
bro.
do nothing around him, bro.
So
Nigga, I learned about snitch the fucked up way.
not
nigga.
only in school,
I stole
basketball teams.
Nigga,
Nigga,
I
all
was in
that,
school, first grade, nigga. Book fair, nigga. Stole like 6-7 packs of football cards, nigga.
Oof.
Learn that day. You don't tell everybody what you do, nigga.
Right.
So I told like, nigga, I ain't gonna buy these. Next day. Come here.
Yeah, come here, man.
Like, you bitch ass nigga. It's like,
Yeah, man.
I didn't, and I learned
Yeah.
something because I wanted to.
Yeah.
I was like, you go punch this nigga, you gonna be in more trouble.
Yeah.
He's telling that learned snitching.
You know why he told on you, Dre? Because he wanted those. And you didn't even buy them. See, this is the thing. You got a nigga sitting there in his jail cell right now that he was so close to it that the luster, the light shined bright on him. Mm-hmm. So let me just give an example. You sign a deal. I'm your man's. I do whatever service it is that I do for the crew, right? Mm-hmm. Whether I'm a shooter or enforcer, I'm the big dog on the block that everybody know, hey, man, he'll wipe your shit clean. Don't leave them alone, right? Whether I'm the hustling nigga that put the money up so that you could have an even career, whether I'm just your friend that tells you when your shit is whack, right? Whatever it is, I'm said guy. I'm getting money. We getting not really. You're getting money. Yeah. But in our culture, guess what happens? We both got a richer millie because you up. Yeah. If you up enough, nigga, we both got the richer millie, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, nigga, we going shopping today. What, you going to go in the mall and buy some gear? And I don't get no gear?
Right.
Now, I might not get everything you get, but I've seen this, bro. Like entourage shit, like when the money like that is involved in this record label shit, first off, you're judged by how everybody look that's with you. Mm-hmm. And when you're getting certain money and it's now and it's being like allocated to certain funds or certain parts of the funding, like wardrobe and shit like that money's already like accounted for. You just gotta spend it. So now you doing that, see? So now niggas that don't know the business, that's like, yo, my nigga Dre is on, nigga. We go to every city, nigga. We tear it down. That's how he's getting at his bitch. Mm-hmm. You understand me? Mm-hmm. He's not telling this girl that, like, yeah, man, my friend, man. He's like, I hit the lottery, bro. I'm just good friends with Dre, man. We always was cool. God bless him, man. He just keep me looking good and take me around. A lot of times, these niggas aren't being encouraged. Hey, bro, we're doing a world tour. I'm Grammy nominated. We doing the Grammys. You haven't started your own road management company yet? You
became my road manager, nigga?
No, you are my road manager.
Oh, yeah.
I made you my road manager.
Yeah, you ain't started your own shit to be multiple niggas road managers?
Like, you ain't started a little hood festival party or something? Like, you deal with the motherfucking Sprite people all the time because we did the little Dirty Sprite mixtape with the, with the old boy. I'm throwing shit together. Like, just, I know that's future, but throw that out there, right? So why wouldn't my homeboy from the hood that talk good game, because he used to talk down keys and do all that type of shit, he's articulate, right? I make him my road manager, pretty much walk him through it, what to do, right? Because I'm going to get him an assistant that works for the label that knows what he's doing, right? Mm-hmm. So you ain't make no relationships with them to where you can't partner back with them and do a festival in Atlanta every year with Sprite. Like, these are the things that niggas in boss positions do. That's why Young Tata used to be Jay-Z's right-hand man, his homeboy, that just basically was this rap whisperer. Like, nigga, you nice, bro. You got to get out the street. You got to start rapping, bro. You look up, he's Rihanna's manager.
Or the nigga that did
You look up, he's Rihanna's manager.
He didn't manage nobody, but the dude who took the bid for Biggie.
Nigga, there you go. But see,
pretty much mentored him.
No, I'm gonna give you an example. But Big died before he got to like really all the way change his life. He had some money set up for him,
right? But Big would have made him that if he didn't.
But that's why I use Jay, because he's 50, nigga. He's still here, and like Irv Gotti said, nigga, just trace around him. All the niggas that came in the game with him, 90% of them niggas are still with him.
Think about what Lil C's
and they're all rich as shit.
Think about what Lil C's would have been.
He'd have been a much bigger artist, because he'd have kept having Big write his shit for him.
Or not even just the business mind.
Well, yeah, because he would have got to learn, like, he would have probably ventured out of doing music and start doing more
the
business.
Puffy route,
like,
nigga.
yeah, because if Big was going to start his own label eventually,
Yeah.
nigga C's probably would have been groomed to help him run it. Big was always going to be a top flight artist, so you're always going to need a team around you.
You would have
right?
had old boy that did the bid for him.
Well, you
Nigga
just look
would've
at all
been-
that.
yeah.
And people got to understand, hip-hop has to grow up still. Like, we wasn't even, like, the shit that Jay and them is doing wasn't even fathomable when Big and Pac was alive.
Absolutely not.
Like, so.
A rapper as big as that? No. You had the mogul.
Or just opening those type
you
of
had
doors.
the mogul and you had the rapper.
The reason why I said we had to mature and grow up is niggas thought nigga MC Hammer was whack for doing a British Knight campaign.
Right.
And that was really the way to go. He understood, like, no, this shit,
Endorsements like
we could be
football players,
a rap
nigga.
pop star.
Yeah.
Nigga, hip-hop frown their nose at that. Like, bro, what are you doing? This for the culture.
And you know what's fucked up is that popping their nose up it got a lot of rappers ass whooped by MC Hammer too.
Now fast forward facts. Now fast forward to Travis Scott linking with McDonald's. Niggas is ready to put on some McDonald's ones, nigga, and dunks and shit now.
They're wearing
Right?
fucking McDonald's
T-shirts.
not even t-shirts. It's the uniform with the M, but it's got the Cactus Jack on the back. But it's
Yeah.
a fucking polo.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. As an alumni, as a young nigga that worked at McDonald's, I'd rock that shit. That'd be hard. That'd be hard. But I'd bust that out with a little McDowell's hat on these niggas. Like, yeah.
Oh, they got the McDonald's hat.
I know. I know. See that? $250. I know who the dog. I'm not trying to be funny, but when I say that the McDowell's hat, and you say, yeah, I seen one for $250, I know who did that. Hype beast is another word for culture vulture.
Oh, I said it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm just reiterating this shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Like, motherfuckers be looking around. Because the thing is, most hype beasts don't dress nice.
They're white, Asian, and all types of shit.
They don't dress nice.
Niggas who coined that phrase are
They be rich kids that just basically like, oh man, like I'm just gonna buy and run up the price on what these cats wear. So now, nigga, when I want to go buy some shit that I really would wear every day, dog, what kills me is I can't stand a motherfucker that buys sneakers and do all that shit, call himself a sneakerhead, but don't wear none of his sneakers. You're not a fucking sneakerhead. You collect sneakers. All the motherfuckers that be buying sneakers and then going to sell and trade.
There's a subgroup that they do have in there. That's a hype beast collector. They're not a hype beast.
I don't give a fuck what they is. I'm telling you, nigga, don't call it. It ain't no sneakerhead. Everybody want to be a sneakerhead. You ain't no sneakerhead unless you could just rock. Unless you got a love for sneakers and you're not biased by it. Like, I be seeing niggas like,
No sneakerhead if you ain't got outfits to go with every sneaker.
oh, I wouldn't even go that far.
Nigga, at least a
right?
t-shirt.
Because
nigga.
now that goes into clothes.
At least a t-shirt.
I know niggas that don't really give a fuck about clothes, nigga. They'll gray sweat, nigga, blue sweat, blue jean and white tee and black gray tee to
Air
W.
Max 95,
But nigga, like
yeah.
they sneaker game is so crisp that like they gears tight, right? They like that lounge look and shit though. Jogger suits, nigga, track Nike, nigga, tech, all that shit. Like so, you right to an extent, right? But then you got the sneaker heads, nigga, that got a pair, nigga, that got a fresh lid, nigga, for every. They might got two dope hats for every sneaker.
Yep.
Right? Now everything else could be whatever. I'll hit you with some hoop shorts and a white tee and be killing you. You know what I'm saying? Exclusive shit. But then you got the sneakerhead nigga that's a real, not real, but these are all real sneakerheads in my opinion. Then you got the sneakerhead that just lusts for sneakers. Nigga, I don't give a fuck if they're brown and lime green. If they're fucking dope, them is hard. I'm copping those. See, you fake sneakerheads is like, oh man, you can't wear those with nothing. There's no sports team that's color. I can't think of what Major League Baseball hat I would wear with that. I don't really know. See, this other nigga sneakerhead nigga that's just gonna buy whatever he like and it's gonna work itself out. Cause that's his lifestyle. Cause he got that eye. He might buy, nigga, the pink fucking Spurs joint, nigga. And what do you know? I done fucked around and reached in the sneaker, nigga. They done released these old Bron South Beach edition. What are we talking about? Right? Like shit just be happening, nigga. Like
I got the. Is it back there? I got the Spurs hat that matches these.
I know.
I got
so
the
that's
other
what I'm saying.
Spurs joint, nigga,
That's
like,
what I'm saying, bro.
I got nigga.
So I be looking at cats. There's another rule. Don't tell me you a sneakerhead, nigga, if all you got is the like hype beast shoes. Nigga, you got the new Air 95 Air Max. You got the. Hold on. You got don't even count because they don't even put those in there. It'd be like
I'm not
the,
talking,
no,
I'm
wait,
not talking
hold
about
on.
hype beast. I'm talking about nigga. You talking about any sneaker?
Hold on,
I'm a sneaker head.
It'll be the Air Max joint. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga.
You know what I'm saying? It'll be the Air Max joint. Nigga, we Ivies over here, nigga. Fucking we question, baby.
Got the other fucking pair down here.
Well, we AI ice cream, all that, nigga. See, niggas, a lot of y'all wouldn't rock these because y'all be like, man, Akeem, what you gonna wear with that?
Let me get on my
Nigga, they ice creams, nigga. What you wear with your ice creams?
You know what's hot? Like, what we talking about? What we talking about? 95s? What we want? 90s? Nigga, what we want? 270s, nigga? Niggas don't even got this colorway, nigga.
So this the thing.
Nigga, come on, the Pharrells, nigga. What is we talking about?
So this the thing. That's all this niggas buy is sneakers, right? But like, and that's the thing. I used to be the same way, bro. Like, but what I be starting to look when I'm just watching the culture and shit, I'm starting to see that like they don't understand that like dog, the real sneakerheads, the OG sneakerheads can walk into any store that sells shoes
and find a pair.
Sure. Like all that, if every pair of shoes in your collection you had to wait in line or get a raffle, you're corny. Just being honest. All them little kids in Dubai that be having the little rap niggas come, nigga, to your house to play with your animals, and you're showing off your shoes that you don't even really wear because, nigga, you probably feel like you look
Niggas
corny.
Have player editions that the players really wore. Nigga, you ain't no size 13.
Bruh.
You got the Ray Allen 8s.
Bruh, that's not. To me, that's culture vulturist-ish. Or not even that. That's more fandom. And it's hard to be a fan of a culture that you're born into. That's what I be understanding.
No,
like,
I'm talking about the Dubai kids that have these shoes.
Me too.
Oh, this nigga, bro, they'll have every player edition the player wore. You can't wear none of these shoes. You got the Devin Bookers. You got the Chris Pauls. You got the
See, that's nigga. He's getting those because they know he likes sneakers, and it's like a basketball thing. Like, oh, I'm going to give you my sneaker. You, nigga, I'll sign it, nigga. You put it up. It's almost like a jersey. But what I'm talking about the sneaker, like, he be having shoes that he paid for because he's rich, nigga, and he got. And now, this the culture vulturism in it.
Got all the Red Octobers.
Now all
and
these
shit,
brands, because of his fandom, nigga, and shit like that, nigga, and who he is, they send them to him. So now he just got to, dog, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
nigga got all the Yeezys I want.
Motherfucker go get a job at a radio station that play hip-hop, nigga, stay there for 10 years, nigga, and want to be a voice in the culture.
Nigga, shoes still got the plastic wrap on them. Right. Like, nigga, you ain't never gonna wear these. Fuck is we doing?
And the thing is, dog, like that's my last rule. To me, bro, I don't respect you as a sneakerhead if you got more than 4 pair. No, I'm gonna just be fair. If you got more than 5 pair of shoes, that's on your I won't ever wear these lists. Because I understand getting some rarity of rares, nigga. And being like, yeah, bro, I wore these once, and I'm probably not wearing these again. But with the technology of the crep and all that shit we got now, there's really no reason for you not to be able to wear a sneaker.
Every pair, like,
you know what I'm saying? Nigga, well, I don't do that, bro. Like, we wear sneakers over here, my nigga. Like,
well, here's what they don't realize. If you don't wear your sneakers, the shit that your soul's made out of deteriorates faster.
That's why they be saran wrapping they shit and doing all that.
No, that don't save it. What does is it's like a muscle, nigga. If you don't work out a muscle, what does it do? It deteriorates. This shit on our bottom of our shoes, nigga, same thing. You need to wear them and make the shit settle right and really work itself out to be strong,
I'm
nigga.
from an era when niggas broke their shoes in.
That's what it is essentially. If you don't break them bottoms in, they gonna crumble and deteriorate like it's fucking a piece of cake, nigga, in 10, 15 years. But if we wear them few times out the year, 10, 15 years,
man, you gotta wear your shit.
Nothing deteriorates.
I don't respect that. Don't have me come to your closet or show me pictures of sneakers. Oh, I got these, man. I got those.
I don't got a pair of shoes
I think
that
it's
ain't
fucking
dirty
weird.
on the bottom been worn, nigga.
I just think it's weird, my nigga. Like, now I know about having sneakers that look like they ain't been worn. Yep. I know about having sneakers on stand. I know about having shit on standby. Like, I ain't rocked those yet. I ain't pulled them out yet. But they're getting worn, nigga. Like, oh, fuck out of here, bro. To me, that'd be so corny. I be seeing that shit like, who made these kids? Because if you look at the way they dress, it's like, bro, that's not even your style. The way they dress now, like, I just don't get it. You can always tell a mannequin-ass kid. And I ain't picking on little homie. I'm just talking about just in general. I've never liked that shit. I always knew kids that, like, maybe might have, like, the gift of being a little extra financially off. And so what they'll do is, like, because they lack maybe sometimes style. Not all of them. Shit, I got some kids. I know some kids with some money growing up, nigga, that has flavor.
Shit,
nigga,
right.
like, nigga, they was just going to be killing it, nigga, right? But there's the other ones that, like, they just go buy the mannequin. Hey, bro, if you stringing your Air Force Ones and Jordans up like you about to go guard somebody, fuck out of here. Nigga, I got uptowns that ain't never been tied. You know what I'm talking about?
Those will never get tied, nigga.
They ain't never been tied. Like, just what are you talking about? Niggas is wild, bro. But anyways, I ain't really have nothing else, man. I'm trying to get sneakerheads, man. We right back on that shit. Hey, man, Nike do better. If you don't want nobody to bootleg your shit or finesse more copies of your shit, there's no reason why we all shouldn't be able to get Jordans any day of the week. You already got the shit's expensive as hell. There's no reason, because you'll kill the resale market if you do that. Mm-hmm. If you just release them, if you release the Red Octobers and shit like so everybody can get them, everybody will have them and going about their business. But nah, you the reason why StockX is getting money. You the reason why these middleman boys is. You the reason why black Air Force Ones are going for $1,000.
You
right
the
now.
reason that SneakerCon even exists.
Right. Oh man, when we come back in here, we're gonna talk about SneakerCon, bro.
And that's been another episode of the
Always Talking Shit show. Podcast.
I'm your host, Talkin.
It's your boy Akeem Magic, man.
We out of here.
You always talking shit show.
Jeez. I'm writing that shit down too. Sneaker.